Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to X-Plane 11. So one of my favorite things ever is airport cafes. So I thought it would be a good excuse to plan a flight and maybe make this a serialized thing, going to local airport cafes, because there's a bunch of them, starting with the ones that I've been to and then start expanding to ones that I would like to go to and hopefully get a jump start on planning some of those future real world flights. So the one today that we're going to start off with, for no particular reason, is Montgomery Field in San Diego, just north of downtown San Diego, south of Miramar. And the restaurant is called Casa Machado Restaurant. It's unique in Southern California in that it's open later. A lot of the airport cafes around here are closed very early, like 3, 4 in the afternoon. So this one is open a little bit later. So it's a good spot to go for dinner. It closes at 9. So here, let's see if this will work. Here is the Sky Vector route. So John Wayne, it's not a very difficult flight at all, but it does have a cool little Class Bravo airspace consideration. It's about 64 miles, 41-minute flight. So we're going to leave John Wayne, depart at a 150 heading, and then we're just going to hug the coast here and fly basically direct to Mount Soledad, which you can see here probably on the San Diego TAC. If we pull that up, you can see Mount Soledad right there in the TAC. And then it's just straight into Montgomery, as you can see right there. And let's pull up the information for Montgomery. Here is the taxi diagram, and we can zoom in. Rigorian, happy Thursday. Good evening. So this is the airport diagram. And where is... We want to stay away from the FSDO. I have it up on Google Maps. It's surprising why I can't find it on here. All these hangars are confusing me. So let's go up to. Okay, yeah, it is. All right, so it's in between those hangars. That's what I thought. So yeah, it's right in here by this admin building right here. So we got transient parking. Big old parking spot here, and then the restaurant is this admin. I don't know if you can see that. This admin ops building right there. So pretty close to the runways. It's not great for viewing airplanes taking off and landing like Fullerton is, but it's still on the airport property, and you can park right up next to it, as you can see here on Google Maps. So you can just park right along the fence here. And there's some spots here as well. And then there's a little gate right here. And the restaurant has, it's a second story restaurant. So it looks out over the ramp. So there's a restaurant up there with a little patio. And this is on the right-hand side here is where the parking is. See if there's a good shot from inside. Not going to have any margaritas, but they got some good solid Mexican food. Yeah, no one likes to take pictures of the view. Everyone just wants to take pictures of their margaritas and refried beans. No one. Seriously, obligatory model airplanes hanging from the ceiling. That is pathetic. There is no maybe Vibe. How about Vibe? Maybe we'll click Vibe and get something other than refried beans and burritos. Yeah, these are all garbage pictures too, man. What the hell? Anyway, it's got a cool view of the airport. So, Rigorian, I lived right next to Montgomery, like across Aereo Drive. Oh, sweet. Nice, Rigorian. Stay away from the FSDO. Yeah. Yeah, we want to stay far away from the FSDO flight. Let's see. Oh, Silent Hunter, nice, man. We'll have to check that out. This is the little patio upstairs. This looks out over the airport. You can kind of see the the lack of anything in between the window and those buildings out there. Really disappointing pictures. Like, this is facing inside the airport. There's a window behind you with airports. I don't get it. But whatever. It's cool, and we'll fly from John Wayne right here. We'll park in the right spot and really treat this like it's a real flight, even from the planning portion as well. So, oh, that looks. What the hell is that? It's the worst looking thing ever. Okay. There we go. It's a little better. Okay, so John Wayne, let's lower our flight plan tray here, and we're gonna go John Wayne to Montgomery, Kilo Mike, Yankee Foxtrot. Draws our straight line. You don't have to get too cute with this, but we do know that we're going to be at 150 heading, and that is about right where the 1500 and 3500 shelf ceiling, airspace ceilings for John Wayne are. So I just kind of use that as a 150 heading roughly. And then we're going to go down here and let's zoom into Mount Soledad and get that thing here, and that is VPS MS. We'll input that and then straight into Montgomery Field. Like I said, the weather is, maybe I didn't say that before the recording started, but anyway, the weather is not great right now, so we'll have to look at the weather. I probably wouldn't do this flight in real life given the current weather. But we're just going to kind of force the issue a little bit. You're going to simulate with the landing with the plane on fire or taking a swim. Yeah, seriously. Hopefully we don't go off the runway. But okay, Rigorian just posted a link of the restaurant with a view of the ramp. Yeah, it's weird that there isn't any pictures that show the view from that. That is really crazy. But it's really cool. I mean, it's just like your standard Mexican restaurant, but it's just on an airport. Okay, so weather, let's go to John Wayne and look at the METAR. It is VFR. It's broken at 3600, and there actually is some blue sky southwest of the field in real life, just like looking out my window. It's not completely overcast, but we're going to stay well below the 3600 cloud layer, because X-plane, the closer you get to that cloud layer, the more freaked out it gets. So that is okay. Sorry, I'm going to check the visibility is more than 10. Temperature is a little bit cooler. Everything else looks okay. There's not much wind. Let's kind of come down here. Let's see what Palomar looks like. Palomar is scattered at 1900. Overcast is 2900. So the clouds are descending a little bit. Winds are still calm. Visibility is still good. So there are scattered at 1900. Which isn't great. We may run into some issues with that when we get down to Palomar. And then now let's look at Montgomery Field and see what it is. So again, scattered at 1900 and overcast at 3000. Still gets a little bit cooler. Visibility is still good, and wind is still at 6. And it is marginal VFR. So we could legally make it. Like I said, I wouldn't probably make this decision to fly tonight given the lower ceiling. Pilot Nico, hello, happy Thursday to you. Thank you for joining us. But that is initially what I would look for planning this flight. A couple other things that I do want to look at is some information about Montgomery Field. There isn't too much goofy things to know about this airport. I have been here not as the pilot in command, but I have been in a plane landing here, so I've at least seen it. I haven't been in the left seat landing, but the one thing I do remember is that the left side, 28 left, doesn't have any lights. So when you do come in at night, if you're having dinner after dark, you need to expect 28 right to arrive and depart if it's nighttime. Okay, so attended, we're fine with that. We don't need to be that. Alert, heavy aircraft activity in the vicinity. We got Miramar there, military aircraft, so that's fine. Coyote activity on the runways and taxiways. Practice low approaches are prohibited at certain times. Nothing else is jumping out at me there. That all seems fine. Let's go back. I'm going to go back to the basic information here and look at the airport elevation is 427 feet. Pattern altitude is 1,000 feet above that, so 1427. And we've got tower, we got frequencies, everything looks okay there. Runway lengths. So the short little guy, which is 28 left, is 3,400 feet, 60 feet wide. Little narrow guy. And 28 right is almost 4,600 feet and 150 feet wide. Probably won't expect runway 23. I think they really work, they really use 28 right. So we'll short in there. Yeah. It's definitely narrow. That's for sure. 60 is pretty narrow. So we'll expect 28 right probably, but we can also accept 28 left. We'll probably be coming in set up for the left, but depending on how Pilot Edge wants to do it, airspace is tweaking out there. Depending on what Pilot Edge wants us to do, we'll kind of adjust accordingly once we get to Mount Soledad. Flight 30 feet wide is your record. That's like a back alley, dude. That's crazy. So that is the plan. Again, I wouldn't do this right now, given the weather, but it is marginal. It is legal to do this. So doing this in the sim isn't, like completely weird. Oh, crap. But I definitely would not do this normally. But that is kind of the benefit of the sim, is to be able to push the envelope a little bit. Weather is one of the things that can prevent you from flying in the real world and not in the sim, because we can set it to whatever we want. What's the whole story with the restricted area along the way? That's a good point. We can look at that. So and I'll actually go to the iPad here. So the restricted areas, we've got Camp Pendleton here. And this restricted area along the coast here is usually cold, and they generally don't really care about that. I think Brad said that it's been hot like twice in the last 3 years or something. But it also does go up to 2,000 feet. We're going to stay clear of that, which is why I kind of like the just direct line from when we'll probably get released, Dana Point basically. And we can even make Dana Point our own little, once we've got own nav, we can keep that point, and that will keep us a little bit closer to the shoreline. We won't want to get too far away from the coast, but there are a couple of airports along the way. So as long as we're within gliding distance of those airports comfortably, we'll be fine with, without any wet footprint, but we don't have to have it be super, super inland because of those two airports, Oceanside and Palomar. But yeah, we'll still give that airspace room, and obviously keep an eye on the Bravo. We're going to be well below any of the Bravo airspace, so we don't have to worry about that at all because of the cloud layer, especially. So, yeah, we don't want to go swimming tonight because it's going to be a little bit colder. But yeah, and it's easier once you get past this little corner here. That's really the only thing that is kind of tougher to gauge because it juts out a little bit more from the coast. Once you're past that, you can kind of cut in a little bit and then stay visually, certain distance away from the coast and be completely fine with that restricted airspace. Again, that's usually cold, and there won't be any issues with that, but we'll still do our thing and give them plenty of space. So it's cold, and the time of day. I mean, the time that we have right now, we wouldn't really have to worry about light being an issue. But right now, if you're going to go do this flight at night, you would definitely want to be closer to the water. Obviously, it's cold. Yeah, it's California cold, which means it's like in the mid to upper 60s. Freaking cold. All right, let's get the power on. Awesome. That's everything on that I don't want. And check our fuel. Of course, the rep pack doesn't like to keep the fuel that I select it with, which is right about 3/4 of a tank. Okay, so that looks good there. Okay, now let's do, we've got mixture in, we've got that cracked. Now let's go fuel pump. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it was already on. Crap. All right, so we're going to have, this is going to be a little bit tricky. I didn't put all of my switches back where they were, so that's going to suck. Let's get the beacon on, clear prop, fuel pump off, and it's on both. Let's see if we can get this thing started here. I got a foot of snow in northern Minnesota. It's freaking May. That is not cool. So it's flooded. This is going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt. There it goes. And there goes the brakes. Because my one rudder pedal is broken, so it automatically releases the brakes when I don't want it to. Yes, Silent Hunter. Yeah, this is the rep pack. Yeah, it's such an annoying thing to try to start this for me because. Couple things. Like I said, the left rudder, the spring in my rudder is dead, so it naturally lays with the brake on, and as soon as you touch the rudder pedals, the parking brake automatically comes off. So I'm like constantly rolling forward because the pedal drops down and it just goes off. And I tried, my starter is on my right side, and I do the mixture with my left hand, so it's like crossways from how I would normally do that. As if the real Cessna parking brakes actually ever work. Yeah, they are a pain in the ass, that's for sure. Silent Hunter, the rep pack is fantastic. It's a lot of fun. So let's get the Bill the bobblehead going here. He's ready for some chimichangas and some refried beans. Get him set up there.
We're going to have to abort. Back to the gate. Axle 86, Roger. Taxi straight ahead, make a left turn on.
Let's get our weather here.
Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read backhaul runway assignments and hold short instructions.
Me waiting for my
initial
clearance.
contact, you have information Tango.
Tango.
John Wayne Airport, 8 to information Tango. 0053 Zulu. Wind 210 at 6. Visibility 10. Ceiling 3,700 overcast. Temperature 17. Dew point 11. Altimeter 2978. Arriving and departing runways 20 left.
Okay.
20 right. Visual approaches in use. VFR departures contact.
Looks good there.
Delivery.
This is later, but for
Okay,
now,
so we're going to be
change,
150
Steel Beach,
at or
coastal
below
Papa
2400.
read,
Our departure frequency is going to be
Santa
28.1,
Catalina.
and then we're going to get our squawk
then
code.
the coastal Papa 47 tech route.
Coastal Papa. And this is going to be a little bit closer to 03. Looks good. 150. We'll just get that
Q4
bugged
Alpha Serial, maintain 6
right now. And 2978, which is going to be
Alpha Serial back correct. Advise number 1 for departure.
going to be right here probably, but let's check our work. That's a little bit too low. There we go. That's good.
West
Sounds
1708,
sounds
it's
VFR to me. It just gets a little bit
127.02,
worse
127.02.
the further south we go. Okay, before I do the GPS, we'll get our clearance. We're not in Canada anymore. Okay, so 2185 is our clearance and delivery. Okay, so we've got Tango.
San Bernardino ground.
We're going to go down at 2,000 feet to Montgomery.
Legacy 323 Delta Echo, San Bernardino ground northwest.
Yeah, he just bobblehead Bill does look a little bit gassy and bow-legged too. Oh my god. Showing clearance Skyhawk 53176 with VFR departure request. You'll probably have me stand by. But we'll get in the queue here. So I think some guy just asked for a IFR.
Connell's on the lane line second.
Oh, Johnny clearance Skyhawk 53176 with VFR departure request.
Provide 3176, John 1.
You cut out there. Yeah, Johnny clearance Skyhawk 53176 slant Golf with information Tango. We'd like flight following to Montgomery Field at 2,000 feet, please.
53176 after departure, flight heading 080, maintain VFR at or below 3,000 until advised. Departure frequency 128.1, squawk 3001.
Okay, so he gave us the 080. Joanne Clarence, sorry, could we request the Newport departure on that 53176? Causing problems.
53176 after departure, flight heading 150 and maintain VFR below 2,400.
Okay, that's departure, flight heading 150 at or below 2,400 feet. Departure frequency 128.1, squawking 3001, 53176.
53176 should be correct.
Cool.
Q4 Alpha Sierra.
Okay, so there's 150, and then we are 3001, alt mode. Okay, now let's go back here, and we're gonna put in a couple of points quickly here, just so we've got them in our GPS as backup, and that is VPL, which are fantastic VFR waypoint, and we're going to be VPL DP, I believe, yeah. VPL DP, so there is the point. We'll accept that, and then we're going to go all the way down here to VPS.
Departure frequency
VPS
135.4.
MS.
Squawk
So
524. Correction, squawk 5274.
VPS.
Legacy 323 Delta Echo is cleared to the Burbank Airport via runway 6 departure. Paradise, Victor 196, then direct to Bend.
That is Mount Soledad.
March frequency 135.4, squawking 5.
It's not really a mountain at all, but it is a pretty easy thing to spot from the air coming into San Diego. And then we are Kilo, Mike.
Alright, we'll change the runway to 24. Thanks for that, by the way. 3 Delta Echo. That's correct.
And there we go. Montgomery Field.
John Ground XL 86. We're in the ramp area, the cargo ramp next to gate 21 here.
Visual point. Social messaging system. Hey Max, what's happening? Good evening.
John Shower, check your frequency.
Okay. So let's go switch over to ground, and we're gonna get 26.8 ready to go in there as well. And I think we're briefed. So we've got 151, 2,400 feet is going to be our altitude restriction. And up there we go, moving again. We got the altimeter, we got our squawk ready to go. And we are
Alpha Lima, cross my 20 left.
20 right, Alpha Lima, cross 20 left, XL 86.
For 8393, correction 8394,
Found
Charlie, contact SoCal approach 128.1.
Okay. So I would normally call up ground if I was in view of the tower, but let's just get repositioned here.
That's a 314 on a 3-mile final to runway 29.
For 1089 Quebec, SoCal approach. One 1089 Quebec, on request temp. Who else would call?
Got a couple guys here. John ground Skyhawk 53176 at ACI West, taxi to tower run up.
Flight 3176, show my ground taxi tower run up by Bravo, let me know when you're done.
Alright, Bravo to tower run up 53176. Okay. Alright, cool deal. Let's get all of our crap on.
8394 Charlie, SoCal approach, John 1 altimeter.
Okay, clear to the right, cleared to the left.
8394 Charlie,
I have no maniac fuel trucks coming our way.
Zone navigation and watch destination airport. 8394 Charlie, Roger, proceed to Mile Square Park.
Mile Square Park, huh? We got some John Wayne friends inbound.
Burbank Tower, Cessna 43 Sierra is clear, runway 8 at Charlie 7.
Okay.
For 24 Alpha Sierra,
Bank angle, bank angle, bank angle.
Oh, Max, thank you for the gifted sub
Alpha Sierra radar contact
to the famous Keith Smith.
Catalina Airport.
Is Keith watching right now? If you are, hello Keith.
4 up Sierra, say altitude.
Bank angle, bank angle, bank angle.
Max. And Max, thank you for the gifted sub to Tim.
1343 Sierra, thanks for ran by
The
Charlie.
whole Pilot Edge crew. You guys are freaking awesome.
To the ramp by Charlie, 43 Sierra, can you
Alright, we're pretty much parallel to the runway.
I will advise that you pass.
So we got 20 on there, 20 on the gyro.
John Tower,
Max is
short of 20 right, ready to go.
dropping the gift bombs.
John Tower, my 20 right, clear takeoff at
Okay.
2106.
Let's get
20 right, clear takeoff, hopefully third time's the charm, that's 86.
Pilot Nico, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to all this.
4109 Quebec. You can pick up high park.
Drop there.
4109 Quebec, I don't have a flight plan on file for you.
Check the idle. Hey, what's up, Coffee? Random question: are PE controllers real controllers, or are they trained by PE? They are trained by Pilot Edge, which in a lot of ways is tougher than the real thing. Just because they have to deal with so many airspaces. Alright, let's check our flappage. That looks good right there. We are in X-plane. Okay, that looks good. Let's see how our alternator's doing. Looks good to me. What was the other thing we were going to check? We got all those guys look good. Oh yeah, we need to do. Oh, what do you prefer? X-plane 100%. So we got left, right.
We're 2 to Echo, runway 24,
right.
to Alpha. 24 V Alpha, 3 Echo, thanks.
Beautiful. Oh, check it out. We would have heard that in real life. That's awesome. That's pretty sweet. Rock solid too. Good job, Pilot Edge. Friggin' money. Joey ground, Skyhawk 53176, roll finished at tower run up.
53176, runway 20 right, taxi 5 Bravo Kilo.
Alright, Bravo Kilo 20 right, 53176.
Axel 886, Alpha got departure.
Departure.
Departure Axel 886, see ya.
24 Alpha Sierra, cannot pick up approach
See ya.
128.1.
Alright, so on my way home tonight from work, there wasn't, the Angels played an early game, so their game was already over.
Have your route
Wasn't in the mood for news, so I put on live ATC and just listened to John Wayne Traffic my whole commute home, which is awesome, especially because I can see some of them once I start getting closer to home. I can actually see some of the stuff that's happening, which is cool. So it's a relaxation flight, but also pretty nerdy.
Axel 886, I got departure radar contact, flight 250, climb maintain 8,000.
Alright.
Timberley Tower, good evening, Legacy 323 Delta Echo with Charlie holding
We're good on everything. We've got
Echo,
gas in the tank,
24, clear takeoff, wind
money in the bank.
2407. Clear takeoff, 3 Delta Echo. This is 24 Alpha Sierra, got VFR traffic 12 o'clock, 900 miles eastbound.
I think I need to do a little RAM
John Wayne.
scenery load-in twirl here once I'm holding short. I'm getting a couple little stutters.
Approaching runway 20 right.
The ortho that I have around Orange County is pretty aggressive, so I usually do one of these guys and it helps a lot. You just spin around, it loads in all those pixels that you're not looking at, and you can just see it smooths out the more you do it. So we might be loaded up. My Corsair RAM
departure, maintain 17.
28.1, we're gonna get that tuned, which I'm doing over here. In the sim I don't use COM 1 and 2. I really only use COM 1 just because I don't trust the audio on these, so I've had some issues with COM 2 in the sim. So I just kind of flip-flop from each one. But you know what I will do before we leave is I know for a fact that I'm going to need the Montgomery ATIS, which is 26.9. That I don't have to broadcast on, so I can use COM 2 for that frequency, and we'll let that guy hang out there. 26.9. Yep. Okay. Right.
R24 Alpha, say that traffic is now to your 12 o'clock in 3 miles. Just off your nose, passing from your left to right. Is a Skyhawk at 4,800, should be no factor.
Okay, we'll jettison the iPad for now. Iron Condor, happy, what day is it? Thursday? Happy Thursday?
Beach.
Bank angle, bank angle, bank angle.
White Leg, thank you so much for the subscription. 7 months on a 7-month streak. White Leg, that's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Number 888, Lima, LA, Crown Shine Quest.
Joey Tower, Skyhawk 53176, holding short 20 right at Kilo.
53176, Joey Tower, my 20 at Kilo, clear for takeoff, wind 2106.
All right, clear for takeoff. 20 right at Kilo 53176. Okay, so we'll go lights and camera, action, and we are off.
Approaching runway 20 right.
For 108 Quebec, clear to the Brackett Airport.
Thank you, for-flight lady, for letting me know
Direct, maintain
details about our
5,000.
runway here.
Departure frequency 135.
I do like that explain, even though it's
Squawk 32,
earlier in the
64,
day,
hold release.
the weather puts all the runway lights on. Okay, we got 4 greens. We've got airspeed. There is 55 past that.
San Luis,
Then brakes.
5 miles to the east. Request the full stop landing, runway 29.
That is really bad environment noise.
For 108 Quebec, your bank is correct. I didn't catch the last part second.
That's really loud, actually. We'll get that turned down. Okay. All right. We are pretty much past the departure end of the runway. We wouldn't have gotten 20 right in real life. We would have 100% of the time gotten 20 left.
109 Quebec,
That's fine.
Stand by, rain this frequency.
Do you have
and
a rough
make
date
flight-
for your
flight
check
into that
ride?
void.
I don't have a rough date yet, but I feel pretty good about.
886 out Los Santos Center.
I feel pretty good about everything in
127.
general. I feel confident with Brad that I'll be fully prepared for it. So I'm really not nervous about it. I'm right now I'm focused on getting everything that I need done, checked off. Getting good with the test, the written questions, and you know we'll have some mock check rides.
For 53176 for contact kind of departure.
All right, departure 176. SoCal departure, good evening, Skyhawk 53176, 1,400 restricted to 2,400. Bill of Bong.
53176
What is happening?
Cancel altitude restrictions in my navigation.
Okay, resuming over now, 53176.
Down to
Yeah.
Fort Charlie John 1 Airport to
Trim
your,
trim like crazy, right? You get electric trim, which I love that.
Roger, 89.
I figured out how to flip that in the sim, or I figured out that it was flipped in the sim, and now I use electric trim in the plane all the time, and it's fantastic.
There's over 888
That's
Lima,
my
clear John
CFI
Wayne
impression,
Airport,
also
Kill Beach
right rudder.
departure. Kill Beach is filed.
That's a pretty good impression.
4000, departure
That's
frequency
a pretty good impression.
125.2, squawk 65.
Trim, 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 trim. Right rudder, right rudder. Center line. All right, we want to be at 2,000, so I'm gonna just realizing I'm blowing through that, which we don't want to do.
Different over 8 Lima, you're back correct.
Trim is definitely your friend, that's for sure. Brad has been really good about the banging the trim drum.
I'm ready. Everybody in Quebec is cleared through Chino Airport to Brackett Airport.
But I will say that in the
Via
simulator,
direct,
it is such a
direct,
pain in the
bank
butt
angle, bank
to
angle, bank angle.
Radar changed.
Skid Rock, thank you so much for the subscription, man. 3 months, that is awesome.
Quebec, you're back is correct.
Well, thank you for
advisable for departure.
for watching the stream and participating in the Discord, which I'm still, like I said last time, is amazing to me how much fun that Discord is. Let's get down. I want to get to exactly 2,000. And we're gonna go heading, and we're gonna go altitude mode, and we're gonna utilize the tools that we've got right now. You can't feel the feedback. Yeah. Exactly. There's no way to know what is the right amount of trim, so you're constantly chasing what you think is the right amount of trim, which is a huge pain in the butt. All right, so we're cruising along at 2,000 feet. Got some GPS altitude, jumping around a little bit. I'm saying 1988. We're pretty close. We're
SoCal approach.
slightly off,
Alpha
but
Sierra
I think
level 6000. We got Mike at Van Nuys.
we're okay. Pilot Nico, this is Pilot Edge, so it's a paid service, and it is it mimics all the real world frequencies with some exceptions for consolidation, at least in the like center TRACON frequencies, and it's limited in its coverage area, but it is worth every penny in my mind.
Get 12 o'clock, 5 miles north airport.
So okay.
Airport site 8300 for Charlie. Connect John Wayne Tower 126.8. 126.8, 8300 for Charlie.
So
Actual 86, Connect Lally Center 133.2.
Nightmare, what's up, dude?
What's up for 8300
Happy
for Charlie?
Thursday,
Negative.
Mr. Frame. Happy Thursday, Mr. Frame. The reason that I'm streaming on a Thursday instead of a
Actual 86, I was
Friday
contact Los Angeles Center 133.2.
is hopefully planning on flying tomorrow with Brad tomorrow night. So streaming tonight, just kind of getting my mind right for the 172, which really does help. I haven't flown in a week or two. It's been about 2 weeks, a little bit less than 2 weeks. So it's good for me to go through this out of John Wayne, stream the 172, do a local flight, and just get mentally prepared for tomorrow. So I'm just a little bit more comfortable in the plane. So yeah, that's why I'm going on Thursday here, and then hopefully we'll be up on either Saturday or Sunday. So we don't really have an agenda for tomorrow. We're probably just going to stay local. It also depends, Ernie, on the weather. We might not really go too far because the cloud layer is supposed to be something like this, so a 3,600 foot cloud deck. We're not going to be able to go too far, but we'll just stay local, do a little flight, and then the weekend do something a little bit longer, hopefully. Have not done any actual IMC yet, but I hope to. I mean, that's what I have left to do. Dual is instrument time. So we have talked about doing that. I don't know if he wants to do that in the 172 or just take me up in IMC in the Bonanza. So I haven't really. I mean, if the cloud layer is low enough and we can do like a little tech route somewhere, I would love that just for the experience of filing a tech route and going through that process. Yeah, 3 hours, real or simulated. Doing at least one flight in actual for my students, so they gained a healthy respect for the clouds. That's a good point, Flight. So we'll see how it is. I mean, it's going to be at night is the other thing. So mixing IMC with night is a little bit unnecessary of a added layer. So we'll see what Brad has to say, and we'll see what the weather looks like. I haven't looked at the weather for tomorrow today, so I don't know if it's changed. Your instrument rating is a license to choose not to fly. Yeah. But if there's, if it's a scattered layer and we can go on top of it, via a tech route or something, maybe, but we have been above some scattered clouds in my first instrument flight, which was a lot of fun. So, night IMC in a single isn't the most warm and fuzzy feeling. I assume not. Look at this little cutie. Little washing machine on with wings. Whoa, hey! Little droney drone.
Good evening. 63 Delta Echo, 2.5 miles east of Elm New. With whiskey, and we like the ILS 850, not bad.
Yeah, the beacon animation is really cool.
The ILS showing
That does look nice, doesn't it?
76 on the ILS runway.
This is the default plane too. Some of the other ones look even better.
XL 86, contact at maintain flight level T40, advising flight level 290.
It is pretty nice. Okay, let's check. We're kind of heading right towards our hot zone. We've gone right past Dana Point, which is right below us. So here's Dana Point. We're right on top of it, and we're going to turn on onto our heading here. It's probably pretty likely that we're going to have a little bit of a wet footprint because we have to stay low due to the clouds. So that isn't really representative of how we would normally do this. Once we get past that little hook right there, I'm gonna get a little bit closer to the shore. Does the sim model random failures? That's a great question, and it can if you ask it to. The way I have it set up right now is for random failures to be turned off. I do have failures on, but I don't have a failure. I don't know how you would refer to it, but like a failure frequency set. So you can set it. You could set individual components to fail in certain conditions, whether it's altitude, speed, mean time. You know, a bunch of different variables that you can have. You know, you can have it bound to a keystroke. So if you want something to fail, you know, when you click a button, you know, you can have that set up. So I do have failures on. The plane can break. You know, if I oversped the flaps, they would fall off and break and all that stuff. But I don't have them set to randomly go. Clouds. Yes, I do have a cloud shade plugin.
VFR traffic to your 1 to 2 o'clock, 6 miles westbound, 4,600 indicated that button.
IMC, we're up there.
I do have a plugin. I believe it's a Lua plugin. And then I also have like a shader. So it looks.
We just broke out of the clouds and at the airport in sight. Can we switch to visual?
There is bird strikes though. You can trigger bird strikes. We've had our share.
The last circuit that just called, I had the Cat 10. I didn't catch your full transmission. Kind of broken. Please take it.
Birds.
There you go. Birds. That is from the north side. Okay, so we're just past that little, whatever you want to call that. And let's turn in a little bit so we can hug the coast and not get too far out here. There's a video of a PA-28 with a bird going through the windshield. I did see that. It looked crazy. Yeah, that looked really. And I think the bird didn't land in the plane either. I think it just like its butt hit and then it just went flying out. All right, we're just our glide will take us just to the shore. So that's not ideal, but that's fine for right now. Like we're maybe a quarter mile to the shore right now with our glide path. So that's kind of good.
53176 on Africa approach 19.6.
19.6 53176. Good way to visualize how far you can actually get. How you doing up there, Bobble Bill? You doing all right?
We're 4 off zero, flying 020.
Say again, 24 off 0.
We're 4 off 0, heading 020.
020, 24 off 0.
SoCal approach. Good evening, Skyhawk 53176 2000.
Maxwell 886, LA Center. Vegas 12 number 2969, across power to maintain 13,000, 2509.
To confirm that he did hear me. Not super convinced of that. SoCal approach, Skyhawk 53176 2000.
53176, SoCal approach, Palm Mile, number 2978.
Okay, 2978, 53176, thanks. Side question, have you guys seen the old test footage of the Falcon 50 doing steep turns in 2G maneuvers at Mach? I actually have seen that, and it's amazing. It's really, really cool. My funniest bird strike was returning home as a mission commander from a flight. So I was sitting on the flight deck. On flare, we scared up a flock of birds. Half went left, half went right. One stubborn one flew straight down the runway to beat us. We won. Nice, Ernie. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Go to C13, you're back right.
We're looking good. We're staying clear of our restricted airspace and heading roughly towards Oceanside. Looking okay. Here's something that is pretty interesting. So I am headed east. This is where knowing somebody who knows the regulations like the back of their hand is a huge benefit. So I am heading east, right? How am I able to cruise?
1765, shout to weather and notice that Montgomery report the airport in sight.
Okay, we'll pick up the weather and advise when we have the airport in sight. 53176.
We're up Sierra 6 miles from Jeddah, heading 130, maintain 5,000,
way out there. Okay, so how am I able to cruise VFR at 2,000 feet heading east while I get the weather?
28 right. ILS runway 28 right approach in use. Leave back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information bingo.
Bingo?
San Deigo, Montgomery Field. 8 information tango.
Tango.
023.
But you said information bingo.
240 at 6. Visibility 10. Ceiling 1,900 broken. 3,200 overcast. Temperature 16.
Okay, so we got information bingo.
Altimeter.
The night in the north. Hello, happy Thursday. And yeah, flight, of course, you've got it. Yeah, 3,000 AGL, which is not really mentioned a whole lot and can be easily overlooked. That is definitely a good thing to know.
Second to 5 gestures, I did Lima 1,700 climbing on the seat. Number 888 Lima, so got a departure radar contact.
Okay, we're kind of going to clip this little corner here. I'm going to give a little bit more space. It also means a bit more situational awareness is warranted below 3,000 since people could be going at any altitude and any direction. Exactly. Very, very good point. Captain Yeti, hello, happy Thursday. Yeah, very, very good point. And you know, it's why flight that gotta have flight following, man, especially around here. Be on flight following for the love of God.
Charlie. 109, get back, Chino Tower.
Okay, let's go direct to Mount Soledad. From here, that's going to put us on a 144 heading. So there's 144. SoCal approach, Skyhawk 53176. We've got Tango at Montgomery, and we're headed direct to Mount Soledad.
53176, Roger. 24 Alpha, kind of Nine Tower, 1 hour.
Captain Yeti, fantastic. Thank you for asking. How are you doing, man? Happy Thursday.
134.9.
134.9 at 888 Lima.
November 24 Alpha, Sierra.
Yeah, being around here,
land 1407.
you gotta have flight following. So when you
Second departure, Sierra 888.
when are we gonna see the 24-hour stream?
888 Lima, we got departure. Heading 130, altimeter 2997.
That's gotta be rough.
2997.
That's a rough one.
130, altimeter 2977.
I don't know if I could do a 12-hour or a 24-hour. I could maybe do a 12-hour, given the right circumstances.
86, you said you're
How
still
many
in
sons am I gonna have to gift? A lot. Gift a lot. Just get all the Reddit kids in here, flight. Let's get the Reddit kids in here, causing trouble, hanging out in the evenings. They all think I'm a meme lord for some reason. It's not a bad mantle to have. That's all right. Nothing wrong with being the meme lord. Okay, so we've got information bingo. That's so stupid. I'm gonna put tower 19.2. I'm gonna put that into COM 2 here just to have as a reminder in case whatever reason, just to have that be doing something. Let's see what else could we do. We could go mission. We could look at the Mission Bay VOR. Where's that? 17.8. That's 17.8. 17.8. Put that in now. 1. And it should match our heading. In the 2 radial. We're in the 2. Yep. There it is. Yeah, 140. 1.4 and a bit. Sweet. Good Brazil? BR? Or are you good BR? Good birth? Happy Thursday for you, maybe? I think it's still Thursday for you.
Approach 128.1.
SoCal approach 128.1.
Now what's hello in Portuguese? It's not baguette, is it? That's something else, right?
SoCal approach, Sirius 88 Lima with the 4000.
Sirius 88 Lima, SoCal approach, coming off under 2978.
Hola.
Advise just information Tango, the approach craft.
Altimeter 2978 with information Tango, requesting the full 20 right ILS approach for Jomway.
Como voce está?
Beach 4000, cleared ILS, runway 20 right approach, 4 down front Sager.
Okay, that's direct Seal Beach, cross Seal Beach 4000,
Okay.
report.
Let's do a little
Inbound
iPad
from
peek
Saga,
here.
888 Lima.
So we're on my direct 2 line. We are outside it. We've got a wet footprint right now. So that's not ideal, but again, we'd be at a higher altitude, so that would be, if we were having to do this flight right now, I would for sure be closer to the shore. But this exact route would be fine at 3,500 feet. You're fine, or even more. But I don't think you want to be much more.
Quebec rider, contact SoCal departure on a 13.
RC Flyer, happy Thursday. Good evening.
135.4.
You know what? I forgot to do something that I can do right now. I'm going to pull up the taxiway diagram,
Departure.
and I'm going to highlight
2978.
where we're going.
Safe approach request into bracket.
I wanted to do that
For 10 after bank
before,
drive,
but
maintain
I forgot.
5000. And flight heading 060, vector spinal.
That way when that taxiway diagram pops up, we can immediately see where we want to go. And that's something about ForeFlight that I think is really cool. That it'll save that highlight. You know, and if you want to make that a little bit different color, you know, let's say we want to make that a different color and assume that we're going to, you know, make Charlie. You know, if we make Charlie, we're going to do that. If we make Mike, we're going to do that.
Contact Vegas approach 125.9.
So, oh, there's ATIS right there. All right, so I think we're sticking with this controller because we wanted to report Montgomery in sight, which is going to be pretty tough for us to do. We might not be able to see it until we get real close because I don't see crap out there. It's just all gray.
The 413, coming ground, push on the alpha is approved, expect runway 20 right for departure. I'll take approach XL 886, 14.
Look at that. Look at this cute little plane. It's so funny.
XL 886, base approach, base up, 2969er. We're landing runway 1 left or 8 right, your choice, let me know visual approach.
You know what I'm going to do? And I don't know why I didn't... Oh, I do know why I did this before, because I don't have the iPad up all the time.
070 7100 XL 886.
Hey, Nightbot, thank you for that. Freaking Nightbot, dude. Real jackass there, Nightbot.
May 17 up, thank you so much, ground reaching at our right, taxi by Alpha Juliet.
Alright, so again, we're at 1,400 feet, right, pattern altitude, and then we're going to expect 28. We're going to expect 28 right, and then just see what happens. We got Qualcomm Stadium off to our right, for downwind for 28 left, and 28 right too, I guess, for that matter. Nothing else we really gotta worry about. Should be okay. Hell yeah.
Airstrip to 958, LA Center, roger. Mach band 3, John Wayne ground with 20 right, taxi by Bravo Kilo.
Bravo Kilo 20.
Mach band 3 actually, would you like full length?
I believe they call it San Deigo Credit Union Center now. Ugh, do they really, Big Wave? That's horrible, dude. Oh my god.
Air Shuttle 59, 58, descent by discretion, maintain flight level 240, reporting flight level 320.
Jack Murphy, yeah, that's old school.
XL 886,
Still
Vegas approach.
Qualcomm to me. I
350
really wasn't aware of it when it was Jack Murphy. Getting some written questions lined up here so we can do some questions before we take back off.
010 X86.
Kind of fun. Not bad, right? Just a total abomination.
310.
310, inadequate.
Hilarious. Good old Finbar. Okay, so we got Mount Soledad in sight now. I'm still on my direct line, so that's good. And we're looking about in this area right here for Montgomery. Bill Ford Model. It's a good point. It's a good point, RC. That would be a good amount. All right, let's land in Montgomery. We'll check out the restaurant. We'll do some test prep questions, and
we're gonna come back. Body 290.
Go back to that.
290, inadequate.
Nice little Mexican dinner.
Actual 86, the airport's going to be here 12 to 1 o'clock and 1.5 miles report in sight.
So we don't have to go. We kind of do have to go direct to Mount Soledad because the Bravo for Miramar is in our way.
And SoCal, I got information out for bracket, inadequate.
Inadequate, back, Roger.
Miramar should be pretty easy to see from here.
And right now, Quebec, you're 8 miles from Lizzie, flighting 280, maintain 4,000 till steps, localizer, clear localizer, runway 26 left approach.
Looking in the wrong spot. No, there's Miramar. Okay.
Maintain 4,000.
So Miramar's right there. Montgomery should just be right there. Nope, there's Montgomery right there. Oh, okay. So we got the beacon inside.
All right. Go 213. Jump my ground runway 20 right. Taxi via Alpha Lima cross runway 20 left.
SoCal approach, Skyhawk 53176. We've got Montgomery inside.
3176, Roger, radar services terminated. Keep your spot code and contact Montgomery Tower.
Okay, we'll keep the code and contact Montgomery Tower 53176. Yeah. Okay, so 19-2.
Axel 886, fall ticket tower, runway 1 left, clear to land with 010 at 6, altimeter 2965. Clear land 1 left, Axel 86.
Torrey Pines.
1 Juliet Golf, gentlemen clearance,
There's
clear.
a nude beach down there somewhere, which is
disgusting. Departure, minor transition S5, climb by 6 at maintain 5,000. Departure frequency 128.1.
I don't think that's an actually paved runway. That is like an ultralight.
Alright, 1 Juliet Golf, Vegas, Fins 2, Mice, and S5. Sid to 5, 128.1's departure, and 2025.
1 Juliet Golf, back correct.
Burbank Tower, Legacy 323 Delta Echo is still with you, and we'd like to check up an IFR to Las Vegas.
323 Delta Echo, you can go over to clearance delivery for the...
Alright, over clearance, go.
Montgomery Tower, good evening. Skyhawk 53176, 2000 inbound, Mount Soledad with Tango full stop.
53176, Montgomery Tower. Enter a left downwind runway 28 right at Port Midfield.
Okay, we'll enter a left downwind for 28 right, report midfield 53176. Okay, so left downwind for 28 right.
Delivery Legacy 323 Delta Echo, would like to pick up our IFR clearance to Las Vegas for the I-5.
That is
323 Delta Echo, we're clearance for
what we got when I went there.
The first departure, Daggett transition as filed. Maintain 4,000. Expect 17,000. 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 134.2. Squawk 1565.
So we're clear of Bravo right here, and that is 28 right there. So we're set up pretty much on the left downwind.
Okay, Legacy 323 Delta Echo is cleared to Las Vegas Airport to the Vanoise 3 Daggett transition. That is filed.
Actually
maintain 4,000, expect 17,000, 5 minutes after departure. Departure is a 134.2, squawking 1565.
There.
Legacy 3 to Tiger, back right. Area Quebec, Connecticut Tower, 18.2.
I want to go through that heading.
Tower, Rockband 3, departure 23.
And just to confirm, our pattern altitude is 1427, so we can descend
Torrance
Tower, 3 John, Tower, 20 right, clear for takeoff, wind 2106.
Getting the visibility, I'm gonna turn the lights on.
Clear
And
for
we're
takeoff,
going
20 Rock
to
Band 3.
descend down to about 1,500 feet.
Joe main ground, 1 Juliet Golf, I can push it Alpha here with the gate. And,
For 1 Juliet Golf, John, ground pushing off the previous spectrum, runway 20 for departure.
Downtown San Diego.
Who's calling for Cat 10?
Cessna November 817 Alpha Tango, ready to go runway 29 for Cat 10.
Runway 17 Alpha Tango, Torrance Tower, runway 29 right, clear for takeoff, proceed northeastbound to outside Delta airspace.
Clear to go runway 29 right.
Descending a little bit
Proceed
more.
northbound. November 817 Alpha Tango.
Runway 17 Alpha Tango, proceed northeastbound until outside Delta airspace.
Alright, let's do a quick little flow here. We've got Mags, Master,
53176, runway 28 right, clear to land, the wind is 240 right there.
Alright, 28 right, clear to land, 53176, thanks. So we've got Mags, Master, Alternator, Lights, Mixture, both.
Tower, runway 26 left, clear to land.
Cutoff is good.
Is 2406, house approach
That
terminate.
is a lovely little door-to-floor check. So we should be good to go. We have
we're ready to go runway 20
gears
right.
down and welded.
Rock Band 3, count of departs.
Departure, Rock Band 3, get it.
Just 213,
Rock
John,
Band
runway
3.
20 right, lines away.
Love that. Alright, so we've got a very early clearance here. It's a 28 right.
Ground,
We've got that
Echo with Whiskey,
in sight. We've got our restaurant inside as well.
Radar contact, climb, and maintain 8,000.
Pattern altitude, we could probably should get down to pattern altitude a little bit sooner so we're not ascending into the pattern.
Over 323, Delta Echo, remain ground. Runway 8, taxi by Charlie.
But that's alright.
8 Charlie, Hood Echo.
Measure 5958, count Los Angeles Center on 135.5.
We're getting close. We're just 50 feet above pattern altitude right now. So
Measure
that's
5958, count Los Angeles Center 135.5.
okay. And our speed is okay.
Pull up.
Hey, I'm Luke. Thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard.
Runway 20
Happy Thursday, Luke.
Okay.
Make sure we don't descend too early. There is pattern altitude 1400. There is our field. I'm not gonna have any lasso crap to deal with here. And there's a beam. So let's get first notch flaps coming in. And let's start descending.
1 Juliet Golf, call for taxi.
Yes, sir, we're up 1 Juliet.
Or 1 Juliet Golf. Charlie going with 20 right, taxi via Alpha Lima cross runway 20 left.
Alpha Lima cross.
It's kind of up on a pedestal. It's very
2313 contact about departure.
significantly elevated from the rest of the area.
Pull up.
So 86 short of 100.
Pull up.
Crow, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome
59,
welcome aboard.
LA Center, descent path discretion, maintain 8,000. The center bar for altimeter is 2976. So 213, so got departure, radar contact, climb, maintain 8,000.
And let's turn on
And
to
Rock Band 3, so got departure.
turn on to final here.
So 86 short of
500.
A little bit undershot that turn, but that is the two-dimensional sim life for sure.
D gates. So 86, taxi D gates via Mike Delta.
Pretty good sized displaced
Short
threshold.
final runway 28 right.
Mike Delta, and
Keep the trim
One
coming.
right, so 1 ground, so 86.
Thank you, ForeFlight lady, for the assistance. Ninja, hang on 1 second.
3 Delta Echo, holding short runway 8 with whiskey. Legacy 323 Delta Echo, tower runway 8, clear for takeoff. Wind is
This is looking good.
706. Clear for takeoff, 323 Delta Echo, thanks for the wind.
This is
Rock
looking,
Band 3, climb by SID.
this is looking really good. A little bit long. Should have had the power out a little earlier. stall. Nailed it.
Number 888 Lima Connect John Wayne Tower on 126.8.
And let's find out what taxiway we're on. Whoa. Okay, we're clear at Gulf. We have some dueling markers here. Okay, get that leaned out. Let's get our strobe coming on.
Number 888 Lima John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right, clear to land, wind 2106.
20 right, clear land.
Okay, so I think we're off at
13,
Mike.
departure 127.4.
I think we're off at Mike.
323 Delta Echo, contact SoCal departure.
Over to departure, 3 Delta Echo.
Delta 213, SoCal departure, climb via SID.
John Wayne Tower, best wind you look off, ready to go, 20 right.
For 1 Juliet Golf, John Wayne Tower, traffic on a 10
Ninja with a guitar. I actually have made a pilgrimage there. Not in the left seat though.
323 Delta Echo, SoCal departure, radar contact. Climb and maintain 13,000.
Montgomery Tower, Skyhawk 53176, clear of 28 right at Mike, and we're parking over at the transient area by the restaurant.
53176, I sit over ramp via Mike, Golf 1 Hotel, cross from my 28 left, this frequency.
Okay, Mike, Gulf 1 and Hotel to the ramp, and we'll stay with you, 53176.
Or 323 Delta Echo.
Cool, okay.
300.
Now I don't have the 4-flight subscription that has the taxiway diagram overlay, but you've got this if you just zoom in.
25.27.
And I should have also read back that I was cleared across 27 left.
Entered runway 10 right, 28 left.
Have the strobe on for that.
Rocket Band 3 LA, sorry, maintain flight level 230.
Clear the runway. Yeah, this is I have
and right, 8 lane,
dueling sceneries here. That's a little bit of a disaster.
Hawthorne Towers, that's November 817 Alpha Tango. Looking for clearance to the mini route 1000, just north of Torrance.
317 Alpha Tango Hawthorne Tower. Report over the Hawthorne on 405 freeway. Maintain VFR at 2,500. Remain outside Bravo airspace until advised. Squawk 5001.
Yeah, this looks a little bit goofy. The scenery's a little bit jank right now.
Report. Stay out of the Class Bravo airspace. Report over
not really representative, but this is where the restaurant is, and then
John Wayne 1 Juliet.
this line right up here is where. Hey,
for 1 Juliet Golf, cut departure.
Switching.
Come right on through, man.
323 Delta Echo.
Are you freaking kidding me? This is where the fence is.
Rock Band 3, count Los
Ninja
Angeles
with a guitar, happy Thursday.
133.2.
So I'm gonna pull in right.
Delta 213, count Los Angeles Center on 125.27.
Terrible park job. I don't really care because the scenery is I'm not really feeling the scenery right now. Okay, so there we go. We've got let's get everything turned off here. Lights, avionics coming off. Let's pull the mixture, and let's get batteries and master off and mags on off. Freaking cool. Okay. Let's see. We'll go to here we go. It would be worse. It would be a worse park job after a few margaritas. That is true. Yeah, this would be amazing if that was the park job after a few margaritas. Ernie, thank you. Well, I'm not actually gonna eat here. I'm not actually stopping to eat. We're gonna keep going. Okay, so as a replacement for dinner, let's do a couple of written test questions. These are randomized, so I'm going to skip through the ones that need a image, like the in Area 5 at VOR, whatever, what direction, like those questions we're just going to throw out. This is strictly the multiple choice ones. Exactly, RC. Test prep for dinner. All right, this is interesting. What is the antidote when a pilot has a hazardous attitude such as impulsivity? So what is the antidote when a pilot has a hazardous attitude such as impulsivity? A, it could happen to me. B, do it quickly to get it over with. And C, not so fast. Think first. All right, so it's... I know my answers. You guys, do you have your answers? Do you know what your answers are? Does that work? Let's leave that there. I've got my answer. Put them in timeout. Okay, so let's go. Not so fast. Think first. Love that. Okay. Ban him from flying. All right, so we're going to go with C, which is not so fast. Do it quickly, get it over with does not sound like the answer to that question. That is usually an answer to other questions. Okay, we got another non-picture question. So, one in-flight condition necessary for structural icing to form is A, stratiform clouds, B, visual moisture, or C, small temperature dew point spread. So stratiform clouds, visible moisture, or small temperature dew point spread. Quickly get it over with. That's what she said. Thank you, Kenny. So this one actually is a little bit tricky. One in-flight condition necessary for structural icing to form is stratiform clouds, visual moisture, or small temperature dew point spread. Now I'm going to say that one in-flight condition would have to be visual moisture. You can definitely have a small dew point temperature spread, but it doesn't necessarily mean that there's moisture in the air and that you would be flying through any of it. You can have a small temperature dew point spread, and it, doesn't have to have visual moisture at that point, depending on how small it is. So I'm going to go with visible moisture. If we have anybody that wants to dispute that, speak now or forever hold your peace, or I can just go back to that question and change it. Okay. All right. In alternating, hey, possibly Chinese, happy Thursday, dude. An alternating red and green light signal directed from the control tower to an aircraft in flight is a signal to A, not land, the airport is unsafe, B, exercise extreme caution, or C, hold position. So red and green light. Hey, I'm Luke. Thank you for the host. Not land, the airport is unsafe, exercise extreme caution, or hold position, and that is a red and green light flash. Iron Condor simulation goes with Bravo, which I agree with. Red and green means it's Christmas and Santa is on final. Give way to the flying sleigh. Okay, the only cloud type forecast in TAF reports. Oh, okay, and I do have a TAF image here. So it says the only cloud type forecast in TAF reports is A, scattered cumulus, B, nimbostratus, or C, cumulonimbus clouds. So we can read the TAF here, and we've got broken 030. We've got broken 3000 again. Yeah, and cumulonimbus is the only cloud that will appear on a TAF. All right, so that's a good one. FAA advisory circulars are available to all pilots and are obtained by A, distribution from the nearest FAA district office, B, downloading them from an FAA website, or C, subscribing to the Federal Register. That is as much a commercial as it is a written test question. Anyone want to dispute the fact that it is B, downloading from the FAA website? That sounds good to me. How's that sound? Downloading from the website. It's not a very exciting question. Okay. An almond or lens-shaped cloud, which appears stationary but which may contain winds of 50 knots or more, is referred to a funnel cloud, lenticular cloud, or an inactive frontal cloud. We know that the lens-shaped cloud is the always to be feared lenticular cloud. Lenticular, you're a little bastard. In addition to a valid airworthiness certificate, what documents or records must be aboard an aircraft during flight? All right. We've got aircraft engine and airframe logbooks and owner's manual. Nightbot, not now. B, radio operator's permit, a repair and alteration forms. Or C, operating limitations and registration certificate. RC, have a great rest of your Thursday night. So we don't need the airframe or engine logbooks on board. We don't need a repair or alteration forms necessarily. But we do need operation limitations and registration certification. And as Iowa and Flight said in the chat, we're going to go with C on that one. Awesome. A positive load factor of 2 at 80 miles per hour would cause the airplane to A, break apart, B, operate normally as it is within the normal operating range, or C, stall. Now this does come with a figure, and it is a very strange looking figure. So it is a load factor of 2 at 80 miles per hour. So we got indicated airspeed miles per hour. There's 80, and we go up to 2, and that is going to be stall zone. What is the VNE speed? It looks like the VNE is 195, according to this. 195, I think. So load factor of 2 at 80 miles per hour for this particular airplane is going to be in the stall range. So you guys can't see that figure, but trust me, I haven't passed the written test, so actually don't trust me. Okay. A lack of orientation with regard to the position, attitude, or movement of the aircraft in space is defined as, I bet you guys can come up with this answer without the options here. So a lack of orientation with regards to the position, Altitude and movement, attitude or movement of the aircraft in space is defined as hypoxia, or is it hyperventilation, or is it spatial disorientation? So it's hypoxia is A, B is spatial disorientation, and C is hyperventilation. A lack of orientation with regards to position, attitude, or movement of the aircraft in space. That is going to be the lovely spatial disorientation. Sweet. Yeah. Every time I read that, I just think of spatula. Spatula disorientation. I just picture like holding a spatula up and like flipping it around. I saw a plane crash sim on YouTube about that. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Phenomenon. What is the specific fuel requirement for flight under VFR at night in an airplane? Thank you for qualifying that, FAA Test Prep. We're not worried about how much fuel we have on board our trains at night. Okay, so specific fuel requirement for a flight under VFR at night. I think we can all probably guess what the answer of this is going to be, but let's just humor the options. Enough to fly to the first point of intended landing and to fly after that for 30 minutes at normal cruising speed. Enough to fly to the first point of intended landing and to fly after that for 45 minutes at normal cruising speed, or enough to complete the flight at normal cruising speeds with adverse wind conditions. We know that 30 minutes of reserve is needed for VFR during the day, and we know that that's an hour, I believe, from your alternate, I think. From your furthest alternate, or it's like alternate or intended landing for IFR. And then for nighttime, I think, I don't know. I shouldn't even state that because I have no idea. But VFR at night is 45. And I remember that because it, just like increments on the clock. But we all have our personal minimums, and I would just have an hour in the tank, probably. 12 hours, air-to-air refuel. Done. Great answer, possibly Chinese. Get the KC-130 tanker. Okay. What procedure is recommended when climbing or descending VFR on an airway? Is it A, advise the nearest flight service station of the altitude change, fly away from the center line of the airway before changing altitude, or execute gentle banks left and right for continuous visual scanning of the airspace? So you're climbing or descending VFR on an airway. What do you do to safely do that? And that is, if not, you can take my PPL away. No, I agree with that. No, when I first had this question in the past, flying away from the center line of the airway before changing altitudes was kind of what I thought. But yeah, the gentle banks left and right for continuous visual scanning of the airspace. Because I believe an airway is 3 miles wide total or something like that. That's probably completely, I shouldn't have even said that. Anyway. Okay, what is the crosswind component for a landing on runway 18 if the tower reports winds of 220 at 30? Oh, we do have a figure. Oh, 4 nautical miles on either side. Oh, I thought 3 miles was hilariously too wide. Okay. Runway 18, and we have the tower reports a wind of 220 at 30. So what is the crosswind component of that landing. So does it give you the use plastic overlay? 19.2 knots or so. So crosswind is at 220 at 30, right? So 220 at 30. So there's 30. There's 220. Crosswind component is gonna be yeah, I would say it's probably a little bit less than 19, I think, right? I'm showing like 15-ish, but that is not one of the options. So it's 30, 19, or 23. So yeah, heading got it, 19.28. You guys are such nerds. I freaking love it. Heading, I love it. You're a nerd, and that is a good thing. This is all nerdy stuff. This is incredibly nerdy, and I love it. Okay, we're going to skip this one because this is a chart one, which is not going to be very interesting. What steps must be taken when flying with glass cockpits to ensure safe flight? Nerds fly planes. Yes, we do. Okay, what steps must be taken when flying with glass cockpits to ensure safe flight? Regularly scan each item of the PFD, confirm on the MFD. Use the moving map for primary means of navigation. Use the MFD to check engine systems and weather. Back up with supplementary forms of information. Regularly scan both inside and outside. Use all appropriate checklists and cross-check within other forms of information. Thank you very much, Windex. I thought that too. Iron Condors, I was like, be careful of glare. Don't wear polarized sunglasses. That was a long one. Adone, happy Thursday. But yeah, regularly scan both inside and outside. Use all appropriate checklists and cross-check with other forms of information. And again, Nightbot, we heard from you already. We don't need you. Okay, let's make this the last one, and then we'll finish up our super burrito and get ready to hop back in the plane. If a pilot suspects that the engine with a fixed pitch propeller is detonating during climb out after takeoff, the initial corrective action to take would be, I don't have the written scheduled yet. Lower the nose slightly to increase airspeed. Apply carburetor heat. Or lean the mixture. So we know what detonation is. It's when stuff blows up too much. And lowering the nose will increase airspeed. And for these lovely ancient air-cooled pushrod engines, that will cool them down a little bit. So if you get detonation during climb out, put the nose down. That's easy. I think we need to end on one that's trickier than that. That was too easy. Let's try this one. During an approach to a stall, an increased load factor will cause the aircraft to... During an approach to a stall, an increased load factor will cause the aircraft to A, stall at higher airspeed, B, more difficult to control, or C, have a tendency to spin. Ooh. During an approach to a stall, yeah, this is a good one. You're approaching a stall, so we're slowing down. An increased load factor will cause the aircraft to stall at a higher speed. No, I don't. No, it's okay. No, heading. You're totally fine. That's why hearing what the answer is another way for me to study. Going through this, it's kind of fun to see, for you guys to answer, totally fine. All right. So A, stall at a higher airspeed. Okay, that's a good one. Let's see what the next one is just for fun. If let's refer to area. Might not be right though. Well, we've got a lot of higher airspeed ones, so I think we're safe on that one. Okay, this is going to be the last one. Unless otherwise specified, Federal Airways include that Class Echo airspace extending upward from A, 1,200 feet above the surface up to and including 17,999 feet MSL. The surface up to and including 1,800 or 18,000 feet MSL, or 700 feet above the surface up to and including 17,999. So I'm going to say that the part to be aware of this question is unless otherwise specified, which is that nice little maroon shaded thing, which increases the Class Echo airspace from 700 to 1,200. So, yes, restate the question. Unless otherwise specified, Federal Airways include the Class Echo airspace extending upwards from 700 feet above the surface up to and including 17,999. We can get rid of, obviously, the 18,000 one. Or if it's dashed to the surface. On Airways, it's 1,200, isn't it? Federal Airways include... That's just a weird way to ask that question, right? Federal Airways include that Class Echo. I guess that's one way to put it. Federal Airways include Class Echo airspace extending upward from... Let's put this in lovely Google and see what it has to say. Nope, that is not the right thing. Airways are 1,200. Okay. I think so too, but can't remember. All right, let's find out here. In many other areas, the Class Echo airspace base is either the surface or 700 feet AGL. Some Class Echo airspace begins at an MSL altitude depicted on the charts instead of the AGL altitude. That doesn't help. Yeah, ATP is definitely going to have a leg up here. All right, so here's the flashcard. Refer to figure 27. Okay, the blah, blah, blah. No, that's not what I looked for. Okay, all right, here we go. Unless otherwise specified, Federal Airways include that Class Echo airspace extending upward from 1,200 feet above the surface up to and including 17,999. So there you go. It's the 1,200 one. Class E is 1,200 and up, unless there's a maroon shading or dashed lines. Okay. All right. GMK TV, don't be scared, man. Okay. That is great. Awesome job. Thank you guys. That was a good little stretch of questions. All right. But Airways specifically always start at 1,200. Okay. So that's probably what they're trying to go for on that. Is SkyWest the regional that's going to shit, or is it Compass? I have no idea. No clue, my man. All right, let's get ready to head back. Again, the purpose of this was to go to this restaurant right here. So here we go. This is Casa Machado. Here are the pictures of it. We have no pictures of the actual view of the airport, but it's all the operations and everything for the airport are on the bottom floor. Restaurant is on the top floor, which is awesome because you got a better view. So here is Montgomery Field. Here's where we parked roughly. I mean, we're kind of like over here. This is where that Gulf Stream is blocking everything. This is the taxiway that we got off on right here. There's Gulf 1. Oh, no, sorry. I think this was Gulf 1 right here. Yeah. And, yeah. So there is Montgomery Field and the little restaurant we just had our huge plate of street tacos at. Okay. Let's go here. Okay. So KMYF, there is Montgomery, and here comes John Wayne. All right. Okay, so we're going to get 28 headed straight out. We're going to put in Mount Soledad in there right now. Let's go all and go Mount Soledad there. And then we're going to follow basically the same route, and let's go put Dana Point here just to have that on there. And let's move this in a little bit here and follow that. Stay a little bit closer to the shore than we did on the way up, and then we'll be, just normal John Wayne arrival coming in. That test brought back some memories. It's pretty. I enjoy going through those questions. It's good. None of them really. People have different reasons for going to different companies. Shit talking companies isn't something I really recommend. I get a lot of flack for working at Mesa, but I genuinely love it. Awesome. Yeah, those were good. Those were good questions. Those were good, solid PPL written test questions. And I could just keep going. If you guys think it would be fun or interesting, I could do, even like this weekend, we could do just like a test prep stream and have the questions on the screen and just go for it. Might be kind of fun to do for an hour or two. Yeah, we'll think about that. Would definitely be unique. I grant you that. What do we need? Okay, we know John Wayne, so we don't have to worry about that. But let's see. We got clearance and delivery here. Tower. Okay, taxiway diagram. We're going to be... We can... we'll clear that out. We're probably going to be going to hotel all the way down to Alpha and then hold short right there. It's probably what we're going to get. So, okay. All right, let's get this dude started up. Get out of the way of these lunatic fuel trucks. Okay, how's our fuel looking? Still got plenty. That trip was light on the fuel. And let's get the beacon going. Clear prop. Let's crack the throttle open a little bit there. Both in, out, cracked, on. Good. Come on, dude. There you go. All right. Sweet. No one goes to APC to talk about how much they love their job. Okay. Let's get all of our lights on here. And let's get some frequencies going. Montgomery clearance delivery is 123.
Calling with request standby.
725. 123-725. Clearance.
No, 1 Juliet, golf flight heading correction, flight heading 030, maintain 6,000 till established local object, cleared eye left, runway 1 left.
18 2 2 5. One, 2, 3, 7, 2, 5. 1, 2, 3, 7. Oh. 7, 2. Is she coming up now?
Hey, Las Vegas Tower, the 213, base runway 26 left.
So 213, runway 26 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 26 left, 13.
Information Tango, 0235 Zulu. Wind 240.
Okay, so we still got Tango.
So 1 Juliet, golf, you're going to be high there at final approach fix. The airport is now slightly rowdier at 12 o'clock and 7 miles between. So 1 Juliet, golf, clear approach, runway 1 left, 5 mile final contact, tower 119, or correction, 118.75.
What's the
Alright, calling with request, go ahead.
Pull up. Pull up.
73262 at Santa Monica Airport, requesting tower en
AI
route to
South
Torrance Airport.
MIA. South Miami, maybe? Welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow. 283. Okay, so that was. So we are right there. Okay. Okay. Montgomery clearance. Good evening, Skyhawk 53176 with information Tango. We'd like flight following to John Wayne at 2,000 feet. South Miami, nice dude.
There's 53176 Montgomery clearance, fresh standby.
I guess Tower was 1 Juliet Golf on 5 mile final for 1 left.
United has been the goal,
1 Juliet Golf, Las
but
Vegas
I'm not going to
Tower.
pass up opportunity. Yeah. Nice. Well,
Traffic,
hope you get there, 52.
Landing runway 26 left, crossing the threshold, runway 1 left, continue.
Alright, we're continuing 1 Juliet Golf.
Yeah, that would be cool.
1 Juliet Golf, that traffic is on the ground. Runway 1 left, clear to land, land 0106.
All right, possibly
One
have a
left,
great
1
one, dude. You were the man, possibly.
There's 73262 Santa Monica ground. Say again your request.
73262, System 172, friendly Golf,
towers
requesting
19-2.
tower en route to Torrance Airport, Tango Oscar Alpha.
All right. Now we're looking here, Geneva.
And 213, we vacated runway 26 left.
What's up, Nico? Yeah, this Montgomery scenery is terrible.
Delta 213, taxi to parking via Alpha 6, Bravo 6, Charlie, cross runway 26 right.
South Miami, it's taking me a lot longer.
Have a great day.
Thank you. We'll take Alpha 6, Bravo 6, Charlie. We'll go to the gate and have a great day as well.
Airbus 1 Juliet, off taxi to parking via
it's
Sierra
probably
Hotel,
going to end up
frequency. Have a great day.
taking me a year and a half, but that's going very slow.
73262.
Very
Clear
slow.
to Torrance Van Preeney Airport on departure fly heading, correction, fly runway heading. Still crossing the Los Angeles.
But this is a great place to start, South Miami, with the simulators,
right turn,
and even
with no delay.
You know, watching these streams.
Santa Monica 125
it's a great way to start getting introduced to a lot of concepts that would, you know, regularly take you a long time to get to.
Departure frequency 125.2, squawk 1537.
Yeah.
Clear to Torrance Airport, fly runway heading at LAX radius 310, right turn 250 without delay. Santa Monica 125 radio, Victor 64, Seal Beach and direct. Altitude 3000, expect 4000.
We'll get our VFR clearance
frequency 125.2
eventually.
Squawk 1537.
Okay, 262, read back correct.
Nice, South Miami. Make it happen, dude.
Sir 53176, departure frequency 119.6, squawk 2105. And you said advisories to John Wayne Sagan, the requested cruise altitude.
We're going to be at 2000 for clouds, 53176.
Thank you.
And that is departure frequency 19.6 and squawking 2105, 53176.
Sky 176, read back correct.
Cool, thanks. We'll be taxiing in a minute. Okay, 2105. That looks good. We don't have to mess with heading, but we're going to be... Well, we got 280 heading bugged anyway, so we'll fly that. We actually have a convenient way to do this. We can go here and go to invert flight plan, and we should have everything in there. And it defaults to the next based off our location, which is Mount Soledad. So that works a treat. Look at that. You learn a lot. Oh, you learn a lot unless it's a day on the stream when you fly a Twin Otter into a forest over Canada. Some streams are more equal than others.
73262. Are you
That's hilarious.
at the north or the south side?
South, Alpha 5, run up area.
That's awesome. That is really awesome.
Sir 262, just FYI, if you're on the south side, the taxiway will be Bravo. So if you're seeing Alpha, that you're actually on the north side. Runway 21, taxi via Alpha.
Sorry, it's north side. Taxi via Alpha to holding position runway 21, 262.
Okay, anyway, so 19.6. My fun today in into Cuba today to be greeted by some
Nice
of the
clearance delivery,
starting
Cessna
to
November 817 Alpha Tango would like southbound departure for the coastal route with information Zulu.
Sir 817 Alpha Tango, Van Nuys clearance, departure frequency 134.2, squawk 6645.
Departure frequency is 134.2, squawking 6625. November 817 Alpha Tango.
22.
Sky 7 Alpha Tango, confirm the squawk 6645.
And then 19.2.
Can you read back that squawk again, November 817 Alpha Tango?
6645, 6645.
Roger that, squawking 6645, November 817 Alpha Tango.
37 Alpha Tango, read back direct.
Montgomery Ground, good evening. Skyhawk 53176 over at Transient by the restaurant, ready to taxi with Tango. She's looking up the taxiway chart right now. Hotel
Skyhawk 53176, Montgomery Ground, runway 28 right, taxi via Hotel Alpha.
Alright, Hotel Alpha 28 right, 53176.
No 3 Delta Echo, contact Las Vegas Bridge 118.4, and they'll take your request.
Where are we going here, friends?
Cessna 73262 holding short runway 21 at Alpha 5, ready for departure IFR.
No 323 Delta Echo, Las Vegas approach, Las Vegas altimeter 2969er. Turn left, heading 290.
Don't mind the double taxiway markings. Don't have any suicidal fuel trucks.
290.
Okay, cool. Cool deal.
There's 73262 Santa Monica Tower, runway 21.
So it's a nice flight into there.
Clear for takeoff, runway 21.
Not too tricky. Some cool views. Some airspace considerations, but overall, pretty simple flight. And it's one of those flights where it's Marcus 0174. Thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Officially happy Thursday. But it's definitely a good use of general aviation because you take what would turn into a 2-hour flight, or excuse me, 2-hour drive into a 40-minute flight, and that's awesome. Have some fun on the way down there. Super quick. You got some friends in the area. You know, you can sit down there in 40 minutes, have a good afternoon with them, and then come back.
You'll be able to descend lower.
What's up, Rick? I always get a fuel truck parked right in front of me. Dude, they're kamikazes, dude. It's crazy. We're gonna do a soft field takeoff here.
No 262, contact SoCal departure.
Contact SoCal departure, Cessna 262.
All the way down to 28 right. No pressure. These specialty takeoffs are such a pain in the ass in the sim. But we're gonna try it anyway. Critique away.
Approaching runway 28 right.
Sky 73262,
It's really 25 people
SoCal
watching.
departure,
Look,
radar contact, climb and maintain 4000.
Hey, all 25 of you guys, thank you for watching. Alright, I'll do a little second flight of the day. It's fine, but we'll check.
Van Nuys Ground, Cessna November 817 Alpha Tango.
Real quick here.
At Bravo, south of Kilo, ready for taxi to
Which center line, Melon? See, I mean, I'm off of both of them. Is the answer, but
817 Alpha Tango, Van Nuys Tower, correction, Van Nuys Ground, runway 16 left, taxi via Bravo Charlie.
16 left via Bravo Charlie, November 817 Alpha Tango.
Let's get 19.6. Got a number when you're ready to copy. 19.6. 9.2. Okay. We're good. I think we're all good. Thank you for your service, iPad. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Montgomery Tower, Skyhawk 53176, holding short 28 right at Alpha. Yeah, I do have it in the mains, right? One of them.
Skyhawk 53176, Montgomery Tower. Wind 26, correction, wind 2406, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff. and right crossing departure, shoreline approved.
Okay, clear for takeoff 28 right, and we'll make on-course turn at the shoreline over Mount Soledad 53176. Okay, lights, camera action. Back pressure, back pressure town. My standard for students was always don't kill me. Brad's is, let's go somewhere else. All right, up there goes the nose. Awesome, just full on wheelie, and we're already up. Okay, 42 knots and we're up. Okay, let's keep the nose down. Let's get it in ground effect and get the airspeed coming up. It's not lightning, it's just X-plane. There's 80. We can climb out at 80, can't we? That seems fast enough, right? That's good enough. We got some positive rate. We've got the flaps coming up. See you later, Montgomery Field. And what is the name of this restaurant? I already forgot. Casa Machado. Not Manny Machado. That pitch authority is a little unrealistic, yeah. It wants to come up like immediately. X-plane wouldn't be X-plane without the lightning cloud glitches. Oh, it's so stupid. It tried. It's doing its best, but it's not ideal. Yeah. If it was too perfect, where's the fun in that? Alright, we want to go straight to Mount Soledad because we don't want to crowd that Bravo. They would probably give us approval, especially at this time right now, to cut across. But we're not going to bother with that. I'm just going to happily climb up to a very reasonable 2,000 feet. I am here, so now we can crash. Mr. C, hello, happy Thursday.
So 262, turn right, direct Santa Monica, VOR, contact SoCal Bridge 134.9er.
There's 2,000, looks good right there. And we're just gonna head on out to the shoreline there, and then make our on-course turnout. Pretty good, Mr. C. How are you doing, man? And the super annoying game of trimming the sim. All right, we're gonna go.
Riverside ground. Good evening, Skyhawk.
Scary.
503 Alpha Mike. GA ramp at Hotel Blanca VFR departure northeast. We have Yankee.
Let's get to 2,000 here.
53176, contact SoCal departure.
Flight, I agree, dude. Auto trim would be fantastic. Cool, Mr. C. Well, I'm glad. Glad you're here. Yeah, auto trim would be great. Okay, so there's our altitude right there. Don't want to over rev at all. All right, so let's do a little after takeoff flow. So we got Mag's battery lights.
November clearance delivered.
Oh yeah, I turned taxi and landing lights off. We've got power fuel both. Now let's get John Wayne Atis coming in here. And we're about to the shoreline, so we can make our turn right now.
Okay, 53176, so departure, radar contact, maintain per briefing for altitude, San Deigo, altimeter 2984.
Wave goodbye to Miramar. See you, Top Gun.
Santa Barbara, clearance delivery, Southwest 1701, information uniform on board, looking up for FR2 Rena.
The asparagus auto trimmer is very, very useful. Might be a little bit ill-equipped for our needs. But having trimmed asparagus is freaking important, man. Remind me, is the IRL 172 you fly a carbureted model or injected? It's this exact one. It's a 2003 SP. It's a fuelie. She never released me. I guess we didn't get a pass off, but we're out of our airspace, so that's fine. SoCal approach, Skyhawk 53176 2000. Yeah.
53176 SoCal departure, you are radar contact, maintain appropriate safe altitude.
Alright, we'll maintain altitude 176. This is actually the paint scheme of it.
53176, just be advised the segment of Bravo just north of Mount Soledad is two layers. So the bottom layer starts at 1,800 and extends up to 3,200. The top layer starts at 6,800 and extends to 10,000. So if you're going to be going northbound, you want to be above 3,200 north of Mount Soledad in order to remain outside of Bravo, but below 6,800.
Okay, roger that. Thank you, 176. Yeah, that's what she was talking about right there. So, yeah, so that's actually a good point. That's a good. That's a good point. I want to be either below 1,800 or above 3,200, which you normally, like I said, you normally get coming out of Montgomery. You almost always get a Bravo cut over this corner right here. But yeah, she is. She is correct. Yeah, because you have like so little. You guys aren't even seeing this. So you've got 5 miles to Mount Soledad to climb to 3,500 feet, basically. You know, above 3,200 feet. Which is why they almost always give you that Bravo transition. So she didn't. So I shouldn't have gone through the Bravo, but it's fine. So do you paint the plane and do the inside? Also, is that a real lady talking? Yes, that is a real lady talking. And I didn't paint this, but a friend did paint this. And this is the exact plane that I fly in real life. He's done both of my planes that I've flown inside and out. So this is the paint scheme on the inside of the seats and the yoke and all that stuff. Okay. So we only busted one Bravo. Her number right now, Mr. C, is 19.6.
1701, read that correct?
You would not be the first one, and many. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? X-plane. So what's few clouds at 2,100 feet at Palomar?
SoCal departure number 817 knots to Tango. With you past 2,500.
All right, so we're gonna have to deal with intermittent clouds here for a couple of miles.
817 Alpha Tango, SoCal departure. Maintain appropriate view for altitude.
8675309.
Roger, we'll maintain appropriate view for altitudes, and we have information.
Hilarious.
Roger.
That is hilarious. 8675309. Have not heard that voice in a while. Yeah, I haven't heard her for a while. She has been. I've had her a couple of like ends of the flight, not the whole time.
27010, maintain appropriate.
I think she's got a late shift. Oh, I love this stuff. This is one of my favorite life hacks. Target water. The kiwi is going to be chroma keyed out, but this water is so good. Put a little vodka in it. They have like a bunch of different flavors. Fantastic. What bad habits do you pick up in the sim that now are difficult to overcome in real flying? That's a great question. And one big one was the trim. So when I first set up the sim, way before I even thought like, hey, I could actually learn how to fly a plane, I had the trim flipped. So pushing it down would make it go down, and pushing it up would make the plane go up, which is intuitive to me. I mean, you just say, okay, you push the switch down, you go down. You push it up, you go up. But that's not the case. It's backwards from that convention. Imagine that this is the tail. So the trim, this is tail down, tail up. So your tail goes down, your nose goes up, tail goes up, nose goes down. So I had that switched, and that was really tough for me until I realized why I had it switched in my head in the real plane, because I kept trimming the nose down when I wanted to trim it up, and that was not good, obviously. So I flipped it in the sim like the next day, and it was super easy to break that habit. So I think a few of them have changed their hours. Yeah, they've been juggling some hours on Pilot Edge for sure. I've got 220 hours and still do that. Have you ever used the actual trim wheel? I actually use the trim wheel more than I use the electric trim. I don't use the electric trim now. Yeah, it's like the direction you are moving the secondary control surfaces rather than the direction you want your nose to go. Yeah. It's like playing with look inversion and then having to immediately switch. Everything here has had that. Everyone here has that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the inverted look when you're playing GoldenEye and you're like, what the hell is this, man? That's the way the trim pitches on the Baron 580 autopilot. Interesting. So yeah, so that was a bad habit that I didn't really know was a bad habit. It was just muscle memory that was incorrect. I'm gonna do some frequency stuff here real quick.
So 176 Charlie Mike, Long Beach ground, runway 26 left, taxi Foxtrot Delta.
Am I not close enough? Not close enough.
37 Alpha Tango, are you looking for a Bravo transition?
7 Alpha Tango, roger that.
37 Alpha Tango, just be advised, roger is only an acknowledgement. If you're trying to say yes or no, you want to say affirmative or negative. Or yes.
7 Alpha Tango, affirmative.
37 Alpha Tango, roger.
Nice.
Say your request.
GoldenEye.
November 7 Alpha Tango.
Yeah, dude, that was a freaking 64, dude.
Down to...
That is way older than GameCube. Does it really hold up?
In violation of Los Angeles Strawberry Space. Because of violation, I will not be able to continue for the rating. However, if you'd like, we can continue for practice and intention.
Yeah. We're getting up there.
The marginal passing grade you had, apparently you had a few other mistakes that you had made during the first leg. I'll need you to start over from Florence.
Where's that? Remember 7 affirmative.
Number 7 Tango, just be advised that the Bravo shelf that you climbed up into starts at 5,000. So you have to remain north of that Bravo boundary.
Yeah, he busted the Bravo.
Until you receive a Bravo clearance in order.
That Cat 10 is a real pain in the butt.
Affirmative, November 7.
Sir, 262, flight present heading, vector ILS, runway 29.
He said affirmative again. Poor guy. You're right, bud. You're all right, buddy. Okay, we're looking okay. Now let's get back to.
Wait in 2240, Santa Barbara Place. I heard your first call. Just about the NC Center for the delay. Clear to your airport on departure flight runway heading.
Drew, it is Geneva.
Filed. Maintain 3000. Expect flight level 3701 0 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 120 flight 5. Squawk 3635. I will on the P.
We got whiskey. Sega bass fishing with an actual Dreamcast fishing rod controller. Hell yeah, dude. Dude, I think I still have my Dreamcast. That system was sweet. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. This is fun. And to think VR headset that doesn't need a PC is about to come out.
Region 24. I have you down as 24.
We've come a long way, haven't we?
Feedback is correct. Just confirm.
I had a controller tell me to cold call on Pilot Edge before getting VFR flight following. The next night, I had a controller tell me not to cold call. That is a constant battle. Gobster89, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome aboard. Happy Thursday evening.
And doesn't appear you started your descent. So maintain 2000.
I have some feelings on cold calling on Pilot Edge. Yeah.
Number 176, contact SoCal approach 128.1.
281 53176. See ya.
There's 7 up at Tango, just FYI. Are you going to be continuing for practice, or are you going to disconnect?
We're getting very close to 1,000 followers. That's crazy. That doesn't even make sense.
And you're not received the clearance, so I'm going to need you to descend below the Bravo, please.
Poor Geneva. Oh God. I mean, he made it to Cat 10, so that's okay. SoCal approach. Good evening, Skyhawk 53176 at 2000 with Whiskey at John Wayne.
Southwest 1701, Santa Barbara ground. Push on to Bravo, approved till south. That's runway 25.
Yeah, this poor dude's getting beat up. He's getting beat up right now.
There's 7 up at Tango, leading Bravo.
I'm going to research the different CAFs and what that entailed with him. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, heading you can. Yeah.
53176, SoCal approach, German altimeter 2978.
Alright, thanks, 176. Yeah, the Cat 10, I've had numerous conversations with Keith about that, and there's some serious issues with that. We can look at that too when once we land, but some interesting aspects to that.
Victor 503 Alpha Mike, San Bernardino Tower.
This weather sucks, dude. What the hell? Let's see what the weather is like tomorrow. Weather, Orange County.
SoCal Post, November 817 Alpha Tango at 1,000.
Oh, it's supposed to lighten up tomorrow, and it's actually supposed to rain on Saturday. Yeah, the sky ratings are kind of ridiculous too. Mostly cloudy. Sunday's mostly sunny.
Altimeter 2981. And
just like cloudy all week. That sucks. Whatever. Can't complain too much. Shouldn't complain at all, first of all. Lived in Seattle for almost half my life.
503 Alpha Mike, San Bernardino Tower. Confirm you are running VFR, visual condition.
I haven't had time lately to make another attempt at the Cat 10. Right, have you not passed it yet, Iowa? Oh, dude, you gotta fix that, man. It's a piece of cake. It's a piece of cake if you know the trick to it. If you're trying to fly it like you would in real life, it's impossible. Because it doesn't make any sense. I feel like I wouldn't even bother with the VFR stuff. Well, flight, you have to in order to go to the I rating, so you do have to do it. It's a progressive rating system, so you would have to do it. But all right, proceeding direct signal peak 176. So we go signal peak. Signal peak. Nope. I don't want that there. I want remove from route. I'm going to go there, then there, then there, then there. Yeah, flight. You have to do them, but they're pretty fun. They're really not bad. Honestly, flying VFR around LA is far more intimidating than IFR. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. I will agree with you on that. It's fun though. I love it. I think the challenge that it provides makes the shorter flights so much more exciting, so much more fun, and the fact that the traffic is really bad too makes it really fun to be in different parts of the city so quickly that you normally would never go to. I know how to do it, but my plane wasn't being very cooperative during a couple of my attempts, at which caused a couple of my fails. Gotcha. Yeah, I failed it the first time because I was trying to fly it. Well, one, I mean, I was very new to everything, but also I was trying to fly it like you would in real life, like actually plan for that flight, and you would never do that. You would never plan for that route to do that flight. And it's the return leg. The mini route was fine. The return leg is totally stupid. The worse the street traffic is in an area, the more flying makes you feel like a god. Yeah, dude. Yeah, like doing this flight, coming from San Diego, with the 5 here, and the traffic is just totally backed up the whole way. It's hilarious.
73263, correction, 3, can't talk, November 726. Join the runway 29 right, left 5.
Did the mini route today on VATSIM. It was surprisingly professional. Very good, Scooby. All right. All right.
Air 262, join the runway 29 right, left 5 there.
Join the localizer 262.
All right, let's see. We're gonna be on. She's probably just gonna give us 20 right, I would imagine. And hello, by the way, Scooby, as well. Happy Thursday evening. Yeah, we're probably gonna get 20 right, which is fine.
Division 2248, you have
that's the side that we're going to be pulling off on anyway. If someone is flying a random X-plane add-on airplane that isn't default, will everyone else that's flying on Pilot Edge see it? Not necessarily. And actually, if it's a add-on plane, then no, they will not see it. Dude, Scooby, congrats, dude. That's a nice haul for an evening. Yeah, there's certain, they're called CSLs, flight, and you can download other CSLs. Kim, who's a regular in the Discord and on the stream, makes some really nice ones. So you can
Destination ATIS is 126.0.
You know, you can download a CSL for a plane that, you know, your buddy might be flying, if you guys are flying in formation or something, and then you will be able to see the plane. And in fact, you can get it down to the exact livery as well, so you can see exactly what his plane looks like. But yeah, you can see, you would see another plane. Yeah, I mean, if you had, you know, someone else in a Skyhawk that was next, you know, flying formation, or a Cub, or a, you know, whatever, you can find the CSL so it would look like that plane, and it's pretty cool. You know, any of the jets too, citations, and
0176 frequency change approved. There 6 Charlie Mike frequency change approved.
I was gonna say that's a little bit early for a handoff. We're not even to Dana Point yet, but I did bust a little Bravo earlier. Mix that with world traffic, and it's godlike. How long are you flying on PE? For beginner, it's record. Oh, how long are you flying on Pilot Edge and for Flight Advanced? Happy Thursday, by the way. And for beginner, it's recommended. I'm not sure what you're asking in Flight Advanced. Is there a record kept for deviations on Pilot Edge? Yes, there is a record kept for that. They don't tell you how many you have. I've asked. I have tried to get it out of them, but part of me doesn't want to know. I always thought mixing AI traffic with online didn't work, but it's sweet when it works. Yeah, the world traffic does sound pretty cool. Yeah, Flight Advanced. Just re-clarify what you're asking. I'd be happy to try to help. And if I can't help you out, maybe Bobble Bill can help you out.
2240 Santa Barbara Tower, runway 25, clear for takeoff, 1504.
It looks really rough when you get up close.
SoCal departure, Southwest 1701, if you
recommendations for beginner. I've been flying on Pilot Edge for over a year. And how long do you fly with Pilot Edge? Number of times. Okay. Yeah, over a year.
Heading 140, maintain 8070.
14 months, maybe. something like that, maybe a year, a little bit over a year, 13, 14 months.
176 Charlie Mike, call Florence Tower. You're inbound to land.
She keeps saying 176, but that is not me.
36 Charlie Mike, join the left base, runway 25, clear to land, wind 2407.
Are you recommended for a person who starts versus VATSIM? It's a different kind of experience, Flight Advanced. It's a lot more realistic than VATSIM. But it's a, like Heading said, it's a fantastic learning tool. So if you're learning how to fly in real life or want something that mimics the real thing as much as possible, then this is the way to go. But you really need to take it seriously. You either need to take it seriously from a learning tool perspective or from a immersion role play perspective, because it's got, like, it's a people paying to use this, so that's part of the reason why they want to keep up professionalism, because it is a pay service. Yeah, if you're about it, then PE is amazing. Exactly. Okay. Our bellies are full from our burrito. And there's some Laguna Beach stuff happening down there. I've played golf at this golf course, which is really cool. Here's the Montage Hotel. I can't think of the name of that golf course. Dude, hell yeah, Flight. I haven't played in a while. I'm going to be pretty rusty. But for a beginner, it's recommended you do the CAT ratings on Pilot Edge if you know how to fly an aircraft to begin with. Otherwise, start out with that center. Yeah. Where the best beaches in LA? I'll be there for about a week and a half. Orange County is my favorite. Like Laguna Beach is probably the quietest. There's certain parts of Laguna Beach, not like the main downtown one, but Laguna Beach is my favorite. I just like Orange County in general over LA. This is Laguna Beach right here. This is actually the downtown part of Laguna Beach right here, and that's pretty busy. But if you go further down, there's some other beaches that are a lot quieter, and highly recommend those. Newport Beach is up here a little bit, right after this, and this is all Newport Beach, and then Huntington Beach here. Huntington Beach is cool. It's a little bit closer to LA, but a little bit less crowded than and a little less crowded and cleaner than the LA beaches, like Venice and those guys. Pull up. Flight Advance, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome officially aboard. I miss Laguna Beach, some of the scariest hills I've ever skated. Yeah, there's some pretty crazy hills there for sure. Major Kong, how's it going? Only steel club I have now is my putter. Nice, dude. Some carbon irons, huh?
Number 176, John Wayne Airport, 12 o'clock and 8 miles reporting site.
Here we've got John Wayne in sight, 176.
Eric 176, contact John Wayne Tower 119.9.
Okay, 19.9, 176. Alright, she's going to put us on the left side.
Southwest 1701, Los Angeles Center. Verify your...
Did you try in VR? Yes, yeah, VR is pretty fun.
Radar, I need there for a second.
Yeah. Joey Tower, good evening. Skyhawk 53176 with information whiskey inbound to UCI. Full stop, we're over at ACI West.
Skyhawk 53176, Joey Tower, join the left base, correction, join the left downwind, runway 20 left, clear to land, wind 2106.
All right, we'll join a left downwind for 20 left, clear to land 20 left, 53176.
Caution, TFR ahead.
Thank you for the TFR warning for flight. No one cares about Disney.
Transport 1701, I need you to recycle your transponder for me. 2423
Whichever one you can afford, Flight Advanced, honestly. I used the Oculus, like the original Oculus, and it was fine. The Vive Pro is really good. A little less screen door effect. A little bit more comfortable. The new Vive is really good that I've heard. The card blue. Get out of here. That's it. Yeah, Kong. Yeah, the new Index. That's going to be a really good experience for you. Yeah, Flight. That's the Index one. Yeah, and that one is pretty good. Okay, we're clear to land, so let's go. Lights on. We got mags, battery, lights, mixture full in. We've got fuel on. Everything's good. Coming down to 850 feet to enter a left downwind for 20 left. HP reverb. Yeah, exactly. Heading the permanent temporary flight restriction. I love that. Okay, we're going to keep it as close to Von Karman as we can. So there's pattern altitude, so we're good there. And we're kind of a beam-ish here. As our poor ortho is loading in, and we're not a beam yet. There's a beam. And keep this one nice and tight. So let's go first notch of flaps. Speed checks out as good. We're clear for second notch of flaps. Alright, Sim, you did make it just in time for landing. Okay, keep it nice and tight here. MacArthur curve. Speed's coming down nicely. We're going to bump it a little bit. Don't want to get too low. There's second notch of flaps. Square off this base. And now let's turn it in. Still have a nice offset, but not too crazy. There's final notch of flaps. Flap speeds are just recommendations. Well, it's not my plane, so I don't want to rip those things off.
You look for IFR, back to Santa Monica.
Affirmative.
I had the nose down too much.
Santa Monica 262.
So 262, Roger, stand
Pitch
by.
the nose up, speed comes down, and we just start dropping like a rock.
Northern Tower 176.
Look at how much nicer that is.
At Charlie, we request taxi back to runway 25 or take off to the south.
Oh, nice.
Number 7, Customer 372 Hotel Papa, SoCal approach.
Nice.
I did hear your request to stand by. Where are you located?
Crap.
Roger, stand by.
Sweet. That was a pretty nice one. Excellent flare. Thank you, Rick. And now, okay, for YouTube audience, thank you for watching. Love you guys. like and subscribe and watch on Twitch Live because it's a lot more fun. Thank you. Okay. I'll cut the video, the upload there. And now it's time for the Make Kilo approach. Joey Tower Skyhawk 53176, clear of 20 right at Juliet. Request taxi back to 20 right for right close traffic. And we're 4 flight.
Bill, good to hear you.
There's 53176, cross runway 20 right at Juliet. Stay on this frequency, runway 20 right, taxi Bravo Kilo.
Okay, we'll cross 20 right at Juliet and then Bravo Kilo to 20 right, 53176. I think that was Gary. Okay, let's keep.
Vision Jet 372 Alpha Papa. Clear from Fallbrook Airport to Santa Monica Airport as filed. Maintain 3,000.
Yeah, so Gary flies on Pilot Edge all the time. I don't want to give up too much of his information, but he lives on the in the Midwest and works in the I mean, maybe not aerospace, but works in the aviation industry. That's a better way to say it. He works in the aviation industry, and he would always fly when I would fly, and he had the same call sign. He's got like a southern twang. So he's like Skyhawk 5671 Quebec, and he'd always fly out from Torrance. So I asked Goldsy one night, I was like, hey, who's 1671 Quebec that always flies when I do? He's like, oh, that's Gary. He's blah blah blah. So I always know Gary when he's on. I don't know if he watches. He may be watching right now, or he may have watched before. But he knew who I was because I would say hi Gary to him every once in a while when I'd hear him, and he'd go, hey Bill.
Alright, left crosswind departure and clear for takeoff runway 25 at Alpha for 6 Charlie Mike.
Okay, so now we're going to play the Make Kilo approach game.
There you go. Travel 1701 Los Angeles Center, climb and maintain flight level 370. Calling Victorville Tower, standby. Skyhawk 262, clear to Santa Monica Airport.
Are you dual streaming or just making a queue for your post-production on YouTube? Rick, yes. Queue for the YouTube upload.
Victor 64.
Yeah.
Santa Monica 125 radio.
I post them up on YouTube. I haven't done too many like dedicated YouTube videos in a while, but he needs a clapper. And look, Flight X 52. Thank you for the subscription on YouTube.
Departure frequency 12.
Andrew Slayer, we were practicing. We did a flight down to San Diego, and did like a real world dinner flight, basically flying down to Montgomery Field, parked for some dinner at the restaurant down there, and then back to John Wayne. And now we're going to do some pattern work and work on our Make Kilo approach. Oh yeah, flight, dude. It's if you file IFR slant uniform,
inbound full stop. We have India.
She'll give you the whole deal.
0503 Alpha Mike, thanks for India. Report missile left downwind runway 21.
Alright, we'll report midfield left downwind 21. 7 miles.
Number 262. On departure, fly runway heading.
Yeah, it's cool. It's pretty cool. I don't know what slant uniform means, but it sounds like it's fun. I just fly slant 4 flight.
Victor 64.
My very first instrument student I trained.
Santa Monica.
Trained him in his own plane with 2 VORs and a DME. That's cool.
To Elmu.
Yeah, P does not mess around. Yeah, the full route clearances are pretty fun to do. It's like no nav equipment but mode C, right? Yeah, I think Slant Uniform is like you like no GPS. You only have VORs. Jarring Tower Skyhawk 53176, holding short 20 right at Kilo.
170 radio to Limbo, Victor 64, Santa Monica 135 radio.
Oh, no DME.
Santa Monica 059 radio.
Stepped on his read back.
To Elmo and direct. Altitude 3000, expect 4000 after 10 minute. Frequency 134.9er and squawk 2740.
Huh.
Number 262, so it's the Santa Monica 125 radio, and on the squawk it's 3740.
Okay, Santa Monica radio 125.
Not only flight advance, but I fly this plane in real life, so I tend to use it a lot. But I do fly other planes as well, like the beautiful Cessna 177 Cardinal, and a Bonanza and Pipers and all kinds of stuff.
Sky 53176, John Wayne Tower, right close traffic approved, report mid-field each time, wind 180 runway 20 right at Kilo, clear for takeoff.
Okay, clear for takeoff 20 right at Kilo, cleared for right close traffic. We'll report midfield 53176. Okay, lights, camera, action, strobes coming on, clear to the right, clear to the left. We're going to make Kilo on this one. Okay, so we're at Kilo right here.
176
right.
Charlie Mike, request for repeated change.
So we're taxiing onto Kilo. There's the end of the runway. So we're going to have to land and then exit off here. That's what we're trying to do. Land right there and exit where we're taking off right now.
176, verified transponder VFR.
Alright, we'll squawk VFR 176, sorry. Okay, tap the brakes. Okay, pattern altitude is 1,000 feet on this side. Talking on the radio on the roll. Yeah, nice, Geneva. Can't you see that I'm taking off? The benefits of knowing that I'm just sitting in my office chilling. You know, I can just be like, oh yeah, we'll change the radios, no problem. We'll look around, it's no problem. We're not doing anything important in the plane.
127.45 via.
I file Slant Uniform in the Super Cub VFR cockpit. Sweet. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we're coming up on 1,000. Did you try the Airfoil Labs edition? I did not try it, but I did consider it before I got this one. And the Airfoil Labs I heard a lot of there's a lot of bugs in the flight model on this was better, and that's more of what I was looking for. I was kind of bummed that I didn't get any visual differences from the default plane, but John Tower Skyhawk 53176 midfield right downwind 20 right. So you know, that is kind of a bummer, but the flight model is pretty great.
Number 176 runway 20 right, clear for the option.
Alright, clear for the option 176 20 right. Anders Slayer, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you for contributing to the insaneness, which is, dude, we're 970. Holy frick. That's crazy.
Ready for departure, IFR.
Aviate, navigate, then communicate.
There's 73262. Tower, runway 29 right, clear for takeoff.
It is stream, communicate, navigate, and then aviate. So it's like the last one. 5671 Quebec.
3 Alpha Mike, thank you. Runway 1, correction, runway 2.
You gotta have the right priorities, man.
Wind 2008.
Okay. We're not getting that last 30 if I aviate, navigate, and communicate. Okay. Yes, read stream comments first, and then aviate, and then communicate. Time for the stall. And I think I may be too fast here. I'm gonna get yelled at from the other room for this. The song of its people. I apologize, everyone, profusely for this. This is a necessary evil. I'm gonna stay off of the pissed one. Nope.
Palm Springs clearance November 155 Sierra Hotel, IFR 2, Van Nuys.
Oh, yes.
So 155 Sierra Hotel, Palm Springs clearance, clear to Van Nuys Airport, Cathedral 1 departure to Palm Springs as filed. Maintain 7,000, expect 12000, 17 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 126.7, squawk 4110.
No.
Hotel is clear to Van Nuys via the Cathedral 1.
No,
Palm
I
Springs
did it.
Maintain 7,000,
I made it.
expect 12000 after 10. Departure frequency 126.7, squawk 4140.
Damn it.
Sierra Hotel.
Eclipse 5 Sierra Hotel, the squawk 4110, 4110.
Dude, I had it.
4110, Sierra Hotel.
I had it.
Sierra Hotel, read back correct. Expect runway 31 left.
Just say
Sky 262, contact SoCal passenger.
Contact SoCal departure 262.
So freaking close. German Tower, Skyhawk 53176. We're upside down in front of Kilo. We're going to right ourselves and reconnect.
Roger. You going to be repositioning on the ramp or respawn on the taxiway?
I can respawn wherever you want. I can go on the ramp and just be off the movement area if that works, or just next to Kilo, whichever one works.
0176, you can reconnect there at Kilo. Just call me short of the runway.
Okay, we'll call short of the runway 53176.
Skyx 73262.
Disconnected.
All right. Let's see. Son of a bitch. It was perfect too. I was looking at the Twitch comments, I promise. Frickin' hell, man. What's so funny is that was really unnecessary. I just turned too early. Like I could have slowed it down with plenty of time, but I just turned too soon. That was so stupid. So you gonna respawn on the ramp, or what are you gonna do here? Yeah, this one might not end up on YouTube. Or we can leave it in. I don't have to. We could just yeah, I mean it'll be at the end of like a 2.5 hour long YouTube video, so no one's gonna see it. Do a little bonus. I'll leave it on. Hi YouTube. I was kidding when I said I was gonna stop it earlier. All right, look at this. I mean, this was great. This is great. Look at that, lovely. Oh yeah, perfect. See, I could have stopped it. I could have just stopped straight. No, it was great. That's what I'm saying. Is like it was a perfect landing. It was a perfect approach. You know, it was like a authoritative touchdown point, but I just was too eager on the turn. Look at this. It was great. Like I just like right on, You know, I had like 2 or 3 feet to spare. just a little bit too eager on the turn. Look at that, just love it. Oh yeah. Slowed it right down. Flaps coming up, and then just bonk. Yeah, I didn't even strike the tail. Freaking stupid. All right. All right, bobblehead Bill. Hang on. How do I even? Oh, this is the rep pack. We might be totally screwed. I think I have to fix everything. Maintenance report. Some carbon deposits. Okay. Fix the vacuum pump. That's good. That looks okay. That's good. GPS looks good. Tires are screwed. That's good. All right. Well, what am I doing here? Some carbon deposits. Like, yeah, dude, I was friggin' upside down. What are you kidding? Ooh, we might be a little bit more screwed than I thought we were. Let's go. Just start her over. I know it sounds really bad. I might have to just start it. Start it fresh. Okay. So get that on. Strobe on. Mixture coming there. What is it? Why is it saying it's broken? Looks good, looks good. Battery's still good. Is it still hot? No. Fuel pump's not needed. I mean, I don't need to, I could prime it a little bit. Prop's not even moving. I think I have to like redo this whole freaking plane. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Yep, is it going? Alright. For some reason it's on. I don't understand. I don't get it. Okay. I don't think it was, no, it would, like, the prop wasn't even turning. That's why I think something else was up. It just needed to be restarted.
Connected to pilot edge.
Sir, 1550 Hotel, Palm Springs ground,
Yeah,
runway
little
13
cynism.
left. Correction, runway 31 left, taxi via Alpha, across the extended center line, runway 31 right at Alpha.
Here we go.
Runway 31 left at Alpha across the center line.
Yeah, it was not, it was pissed. I was like, dude, I'm not starting up again. You're not going to do this again to me. I know you're going to do the kilo approach again. Jowing Tower, Skyhawk 53176, dirty side down, holding short 20 left at kilo for right close traffic.
Sir, 53176, Jowing Tower, right close traffic approved, report midfield each time, wind 180 runway 20 right at kilo, clear for takeoff.
20 right, clear for takeoff, report midfield each time, 53176. Kilo. We're entering the runway at the same taxiway that we're gonna hopefully exit this time. Alright, we can, come on man, don't flip it again. She's gonna ask me. She's gonna say your transponder's not on. Like, listen, dude. I'm dealing with other things right now, Geneva. Can't be worrying about your transponder thing for pattern work. Have you flown up to Agua Dulce near Santa Clarita? I have not yet, but I do want to do that. And I want to also fly to Agua Caliente. Oh. Yeah, no, we did not land on Charlie. I wonder if Pilot Edge would even notice if I did that. I wonder if they would notice that. That would be kind of a funny thing to check. And only funny because that incident did not end in anybody getting hurt. Exactly, guys. There's only one way to find out. Oh my god. It's flight, it does happen, man. Yeah. And it's okay as long as you're not interfering with anybody else on the network. That's the one caveat to it. Jeremy Tower, Skyhawk 53176, midfield right downwind 20 right.
Sky 176, Charlie 20 right, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, 20 right, 176. Let's start this descent now. Speed check 100 for first notch of flaps coming in. Again, we've got mags, master, lights, mixture, fuel, looking good. Speed's looking okay. I think it's Lima 26. Oh, I have no idea.
Palm Springs Tower, number 1550 hotels, holding short 31 left Alpha, ready for takeoff.
Eco 1550 Hotel, Palm Springs Tower, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff, wind 30017,
Thanks, Nightbot.
4.
Take two.
31 left, clear for takeoff. 50 top.
Okay, let's go 30 now. A little less crash and burny.
Long Beach Tower, Cessna 176, Charlie.
Sing,
Mike, 10
stall
miles
horn.
to the west.
I want you to sing.
1800 inbound for landing with whiskey.
Victor 176, Charlie Mike, Long Beach Tower.
Landing with whiskey.
Report midfield left downwind, runway 26 left. Thanks for whiskey.
Alright, left downwind, we'll report midfield for 176, Charlie.
Sorry. Okay, here we go. Come on.
Runway 26 left.
Affirmative, for runway 26 left for 6 Charlie Mike.
Didn't even blow past center line. Got him. Yes. Oh, hard landing my ass. Landing rate plug-in. All right, let's see what her response is. Charlie Tower, Skyhawk 53176, clear of 20 right at Kilo for taxi back.
176, runway 20 right. But you're at Kilo. Can you just do a 180 there?
Yeah, we could do a 180, 176.
No, 176, Roger. Just report holding short, runway 20 right at Kilo.
Okay, we'll report holding short, 176.
Air 50 Hotel, contact departure.
Yes.
Departure 50.
Yes, I love that. Oh my god. It's exactly what I was hoping for. Just like, you can take me to Kilo or to Lima, but you're at Kilo. It's like, yes, I'm at Kilo. That's called a 360-foot landing roll. Geneva. That's what that looks like. Boom! Now I can't get it straight. I think there we go. Let's get her again. Oh, that's so great. Joey Tower, Skyhawk 53176, short 20 right at Kilo.
Skyhawk 176, right close traffic approved, report facility time. Wind 1805, runway 20 right at Kilo, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 20 right at Kilo, we'll port midfield 176. That is awesome. But you're at Kilo. You want to just turn around? Yeah. You're gonna take me up on that 100 pattern challenge. Oh boy. I might do that, Scooby. I think that would be kind of a fun challenge to do. 100 lap pattern. That would be pretty rough, but I think it might be kind of fun. Definitely need some beverages for that, and I don't know what. Get the popcorn out. It would have to be. I would want it to be maybe a different airport too, something that has like a challenge to it, or
26 left for 6 Charlie Mike.
I don't know.
Bank angle, bank angle, bank angle.
Jeez. Flight.
Can I get the option?
Thank you for the gifted subs, dude. Flight, thank you so much, man. Adone, Rick, Major Kong, Scooby,
Are you remaining in the pattern, or are you wanting
and
to do a touch go for a VFR departure?
TV?
Bank angle,
Hopefully I got that right.
Bank angle.
Flight, thank you so much, man.
Michael, left push, correction, runway 26 left, clear the option. Only go make left push traffic, report facility stop.
Bank angle, bank angle, bank angle.
Clear for landing, runway 26 left for the option. We'll report midfield each time for 6 Charlie Mike.
Eclipse 50 Hotel, turn left direct DUA.
Bank angle, bank angle, bank angle.
Joey Tower, Skyhawk 53176, right downwind 20 right.
Skyhawk 176, runway 20 right, clear for the option.
Clear for the option 20 right, 176. Oh, it has to be on Scooby. It has to be. No way, dude. It can't not be on Pilot Edge. It has to be on Pilot Edge. Yeah, they would hate me, but you know, just do some pattern work at LAX. Just completely screw with their arrivals. We're a bit high, but Flight, thank you so much, man, for the gifted subs. That's awesome. Could happen in real life. Not LAX, but so 10 in real life. I get about 10. Ooh, dude, I don't know. 100 laps. Now that I think about it, that might be a little bit rough. Yeah, because about 10 laps is about an hour logged. That's including taxiing. So if I do touch and goes, yeah, that's a lot. We could do the math and find out exactly how long it would take. Feisty Martini, thank you for the host that caused me to look away right as I was 4 feet above the runway. Okay, so that's a throwaway one. But you're at Kilo. Yeah, no, I'm at Kilo. So I just said, clear of 20 right at Kilo. I like to taxi back to the runway. I want to take off again. It says 99. And those are, not that it makes any bit of difference, but those are not, those are like cumulative. So it's not like concurrent. I don't have like 100 individual subs, but there have been 100 subscriptions since that was put up, which is freaking amazing. Yeah, freaking amazing. No crashing into my work warehouse, please. Approaching John Wayne. Feisty Martini, where is your warehouse? Because this is my home airport. I don't. Thank you for the gifted sub to heading John Wayne Tower, Skyhawk 176, midfield right, down 120 right. That meter is full. 100.
0 right, clear for the option.
Clear for the option 20 right, 176. All right, so now we have to definitely hit Kilo.
Tower 2 Charlie Mike, I'm gonna beam the numbers for runway 26 left.
I don't. Thanks, man.
36 Charlie Mike, runway 26 left, clear for the option.
Clear for the option 26 left, 6 Charlie
Okay,
Mike.
we're still at 1,000 feet. I turned in too soon last time, so we gotta let it sink down even more. Let's put out full flaps, because who cares? Nice 800 foot per minute descent. Stalling over the 55. Trying not to land on Feisty Martini's roof here. Oh yeah, we did. Yeah. Okay, right next to the lane. Yeah, I'm right under the approach for the ILS, and they're about at 3,000 feet, I think, above me. So you're just a little further down the line. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That would be fun, Feisty. So I've probably flown right over you. Let's see if we can freak Geneva out again. Can you do a 360? Or well, not 360. Can you just do a 180? Yeah, Geneva, I can. Or I could go to Lima too. Unable full length, please. Yeah, unable, we need full length. Just say that. Oh, come on. Hard on the brakes. Look at that. Inside of the center line. Inside the frickin' center line. Oh, that's so dope. Alright. Oh, that's so dope. Okay. Let's see what she says now. Let's give it to her again. That one might have been on the blast. It may have been. Like by a foot.
Number 262, contact clear, calibration 128.5.
Yeah, it was a little tiny short, but who's counting?
Number 262 negative. Listen carefully. If you don't hear it correctly, then ask us to
If you do a
repeat it.
stunt IRL
So
coming into John Wayne between Tuesday, Saturday mid-afternoons, I'll know it's you. Oh my god.
Number 50, Hotel contact clear, calibration 135.4.
Giant Tower, Skyhawk 53176, clear of 20 right at Kilo, taxi back.
November 176, report holding short runway 20 to QF.
Okay, we'll 180 and report holding short 176.
73262 SoCal approach, LA altimeter 2982. The approach request advised to have some information with you.
Her brain just exploded.